Hello, 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 everybody. How's everybody doing? Thank you for joining us again on this lovely Monday for some great Legacy action. Saw some pretty interesting standard action over the Open, but I'm sure we'll get to that at some point. If actually, let's be honest, we're just gonna ramble about things that chat brings up, but it'll be good. So with that, Mr. Phil Silverman's going to be joining me here shortly. He's wrapping a few things upstairs up. No idea what we're getting on camera first. Mr. Bob Agra, been known to play a few fun things, volunteered to get on. He said he's got something equally fun tonight. So looking forward to seeing what he actually puts down. But yeah, let us know. How'd you like Mr. Beckstrom and Mr. Fang and God, who else was in the booth on? I forget who else was in the booth on Thursday. Can't remember. Do you remember who was in the booth on Thursday? It was Harrison, Beckstrom, and somebody else.
Chuck.
Was it Chuck?
It was.
Okay. Because I know you guys were arguing over who was going to get the illustrious honor of commentating.
That's true. We had a tough time deciding.
I know. And I know David Gleischer won on Thursday, right? Won out with
the Painter?
With Painter. Some
man.
strawberry shortcake.
Painter is nice. I like that deck a lot.
No, I think so. Honestly, and especially like Blood Moon, I think if you know what you're doing, Blood Moon is very, very powerful.
Yeah, I mean, like, honestly, even if you don't know what you're doing, Blood Moon is pretty powerful, because you could just cast it on turn 1 or turn 2 or something.
Sure, yeah.
And, like, I'd say roughly, like, between a half and a third of decks in Legacy just, like, will lose immediately.
Yeah.
Which is...
It's always fun.
I enjoy it. I think it's pretty... Like, it's just, like, another angle of being really hateful in Legacy, and if you're being hateful in Legacy, I think you're doing
it right. Yeah, that's why I play Mud.
Yeah. Play Mud, or play, like,
I mean, you could go... you could do lands, or...
I mean, yeah, lands, Death and Taxes, like, anything that's just, like, really annoying. Even, like Maverick can be really, really annoying.
Yes, it can. But that's just, like, Death and Taxes with slightly bigger threats.
Yeah, Death and Taxes with more wastelands, effectively, in the form of gigantic 3-drops. Neither the relic.
Yeah.
But I like it. I mean, it's like more... the way I tend to distinguish them is that Death and Taxes is the Thalia deck.
Yeah.
And Maverick is the Gaddock deck.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. I lose to both.
Professor, how you doing? Wait, on Storm, yeah, but Elves...
Elves,
if you're playing Death and Taxes, you're winning.
Feel great. Feel really nice.
You should feel pretty good. Oh, thank you, you beautiful man.
Woohoo.
All right, so hopefully... All right, Zinni, so Zinni got a bye. But
Lucky.
who are we... Okay, so we got Bob Agra versus Andrew Bowman. Funny thing, they were playing Vintage right before.
I saw that, yeah.
So, unenthusiastic, how you doing? I hope it is a good evening for you.
I sincerely wish that everyone has a good name. Sorry, I'm tweeting this.
If they're unenthusiastic, how much of a good evening are they actually going to have?
Probably not that great, honestly.
I mean, well, maybe they would. Well, I guess they would. They just wouldn't show it.
Yeah.
But then if like somebody else is taking them out on town, that would just be like very ungrateful, and like they might not get to go out again.
Sounds rough.
Because they were just so enthusiastic, and then where are they? They're left on a Saturday night, not having much to do.
Man, I feel bad for them.
I know.
Makes me sad.
Professor, I'm doing good. I think Phil's doing well.
I am. So are we watching Bob and Andrew play?
we are.
Start off with some lands.
Do you know what Bob is on?
I'm pretty sure Bob's playing Merfolk.
Okay, he said he was on something fun.
Yeah, Merfolk.
So, all right.
Fishies.
All right. So, fishies versus lands. I don't... I mean, I feel like if... I can't even fucking think.
Andrew?
Yeah, no, well, yeah, Andrew, but lands, if they get...
Tabernacle?
Well, Tabernacle sucks, but what... Punishing Fire, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Punishing Fire is pretty problematic. It does depend... So, I know in the past, like, Kira was a pretty big card for Merfolk, but ever since they printed WUBRGxyz, the card has just been, like, pushed off to the sides. It's just kind of an underperformer.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Punishing Fire does seem like a pretty big problem because the Merfolk deck, like, unless they have a Vial-based draw, it's hard to come out of the gates quickly.
Andrew's name is now Merfolk, just FYI.
It is? Okay. Merfolk is playing lands today.
It happens.
It does. I mean, does it happen? Do Merfolk play lands? I know that, one awkward thing for this version of Merfolk and the way Merfolk has sort of shifted over the course of the last couple of years is that they moved away from Wasteland.
Yes.
And that is going to be...
I mean, Andrew and, Andrew and Bob were supposed to.
All right, sorry about that. We're trying to get the right people to play, to get on the stream. Merfolk taking to land. Yeah, I guess so. These Merfolk are... They have evolved. They have feet and gills. I don't know. But yeah, I was saying that it's going to be tough, I think, for this version of Merfolk to keep up with what Lands is doing. The fact that they have no way to interact with Glacial Chasm or Tabernacle is really annoying.
They had to finish up their vintage game.
Oh!
Yeah. Excuse us.
Dear God.
Oh, God. I know. It's a tough thing.
Ban him.
Yeah.
Just get a timeout right there.
Yeah, there you go.
You say something stupid, you get a timeout. That's always the rules in the chat.
Yeah. If that ever happens, you just gotta right click.
It's real easy.
Yeah. A little. Oh, well, actually, nope. I take it back.
You can't right click at all.
You just click. You left click.
All right, so yeah.
My Twitch knowledge
Perfect.
Blows my mind sometimes.
Yeah. But you're pretty strong. All right, so do we have them on the right side?
Yes.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. Well, I told Bob to sit on that side. I said, hey, what side are you sitting on? So that side. Chat's been very quiet so far this evening.
We tweeted out that we've started. We Facebooked out.
Yes.
Yes. All right.
Yeah.
They should be in there. Move in.
Just quiet.
Come on, guys.
Just quiet. We're gonna start the time of the round.
Yeah, might as well. Even though
should be good.
We're almost done shuffling.
What's a defining card in this?
In this card, how about
Aether Vial?
Yeah, or Lord of Atlantis.
Lord of Atlantis. There we go.
Big fan of Lord of Atlantis.
Yeah, I was going to talk a little bit about Mastery of the Unseen and that ridiculous shit that we saw over the weekend.
I mean, that was honestly pretty crazy. These ridiculous mirror matches that just take I think on day one, Sam Black's record was 702.
Jesus Christ.
I know one of his draws was the vintage game is over, Akash. Sorry about that. Yeah. It was like Shops versus... I'm not going to talk about vintage anymore. I'm going to stop right now. But I know one of Sam Black's games, or one of his matches, ended with a game one. They didn't finish a single game.
Yeah, and that was the one where both players were at 500 life or something, 450 or something like that. 400
to 500 life. And Sam Black was talking about his deck, and he was talking about how he just had no interest in what the hell? He said no interest in in attacking. He just never attacked.
Yeah.
And I think that's pretty adorable.
Yeah.
So just sat there, gained life. It's like a little kid deck, you know. All you want to do is gain life. Ooh, looks like we're starting. Huh. Bob has some interesting cards in his deck.
Looks like that was a keepable hand by Andrew. I think he was just kind of giving us. Is that a Vendilion click?
That's definitely a Vendilion click.
All right, fair enough.
Andrew giving the old giving the Curse Catcher a read. Big fan of Curse Catcher's a nice one. Traditionally, a pretty weak Magic card. But it's exactly what you want for this. Oh boy, and Andrew leading with Mana Bond.
Not a fast bond?
No, not a fast bond because we don't want him out of there immediately. We're not playing vintage, remember. Oh, holy crap. This is a fantastic start for Andrew here.
So he has no cards left in hand. His entire... What did he pitch there? What is that?
That's Punishing Fire.
What art is that?
It's I think it's a commander deck art or something like that. But looks like, Andrew just triggering the Mana Bond and putting in 4 extra lands here, including...
And he has the Grove of the Burnwellers to get back the Punishing Fire.
Yeah, so he already has Grove Punishing Fire, already has tons of mana. He only has, looks like 2 red mana sources between the Grove and whatever he gets off this Wooded Foothills.
Yeah.
All right, so he'll fetch end step, probably getting, I guess, a Taiga, something like that. Some sort of red mana source. And I think he's just going to start going to work on Bob's board. Just Punishing Fire every single time.
Yeah, there's no reason not to.
Yeah.
This does not seem like a position Bob is going to win from.
No, it seems very tough. I mean, Vial is actually... I mean, it's a pretty important card as far as powering through what the land deck is doing by just like casting. Because like Punishing Fire, while very good, it's an expensive thing to do every turn.
Yes.
So he only has one grove.
Yeah, Bob's gonna go up to 20, and this is actually this is gonna be painful.
Yes, for us.
Yep. And so Andrew targeting Curse Catcher with Punishing Fire. Bob sacrificing it in response to counter it. I like it. The plays.
I don't think. Do you think Andrew decided to pay?
No.
Okay.
I don't believe he did.
I mean, I think now we're just in the spot of the game where Andrew's just going to try and draw loam.
Yes. I would like to point out, though, Andrew winning right now.
Yes.
Excuse me. Bob winning right now.
Bob winning, yeah.
Yeah.
In the sudden death battle. Ooh. This might be a situation where Andrew just starts paying 3 mana a turn.
100%. I mean, like, so he doesn't have another blue for Creeping Tar Pit, which is definitely a...
would be a little bit of a faster clock than activating this every single turn.
I got most of them.
All right.
There's some brews up there tonight. I don't even know what.
Oh boy.
I saw Vapor Snags in Ryan Hughes' hands.
Is this Grixis Delver?
Sorry.
Or just Grixis?
We just got a list of
Some sort
the
of
decks.
Grixis
The decks that we got here tonight.
I saw
Fair
Fork
enough.
Bolt. No Delvers.
Fork Bolt.
Yeah.
That's a mean one.
All right, well, should be good. That's for sort of.
So it looks like Andrew did the end of turn. Bob gained 1 life. Yeah, so Bob should be at 20 now. He did 1 to him with the Punishing Fire loop. And looks like Bob's gonna click Andrew on his end step. Or no, I think it's his draw step. Excuse me, and he just drew Wasteland.
Yeah, and it's a shame that there's really at no point can Bob click to put Punishing Fire on the bottom.
No. Unless I mean, Andrew would have to basically tap out of his red mana and have it in his hand, but that's just pretty unlikely.
Yeah.
And there goes the Vendilion click.
And back up to 21. Why?
We're in for a grind. We are in for a grind.
Oh my goodness.
All right, so I mean, if Bob draws maybe a string of creatures, ooh, that is a really good draw. He is drawn True Name Nemesis.
Okay, yeah, because Maze of It doesn't even.
None of Andrew's cards are going to interact with that.
So if Bob pulls us out, I don't.
I'll be excited for it.
Yeah.
Looks like he's going to Violin the Silvergill Adept, draw a card. Drew Mutavault, which unfortunately isn't going to do much in the face of this Wasteland.
No.
Then he's going to cast the real Haymaker, as we said, in this True Name Nemesis.
Yes. So we'll bring up Mr. True Name, Mr. True.
The old Legacy Warping commander card here. Just the old 3 mana Progenitus.
Bob does know why it's called lands. These two players have played against each other before. I don't think I've ever seen Bob play Merfolk though. So.
Yeah, I think Bob just finished the deck today, so he's just like, I think it's his first time playing it. He told me he's been playing it online.
Fair enough.
So looks like, I didn't know Andrew had this in his deck. He has a Raven's Crime package, so he's just gonna cast the Raven's Crime using the Dark Depths, noting that he has a Urborg in play, so he's got a bunch of swamps.
Yeah, it's some things.
He's got plenty of black mana, and Bob just gonna discard a useless island.
Yeah, and it looks like we did miss Andrew activating Dark Depths.
Yeah, he did that. He did that at the end of Bob's turn there.
Okay. The old remove 10 counters from Dark Depths.
It's the slow mode. It's gonna take some time. Pretty important though is that Bob has a Lord here, so he's gonna be able to get in a pretty sizable chunk of damage. I think Andrew's just gonna gun down the Silvergill Adept.
And this is Mirror Regery.
One of the many Merfolk Lords that these decks have access to. I know actually Regery is probably the least played one these days because a lot of the Merfolk decks have had to cut. Basically, they had to cut like a lot of cards for these True Name Nemesis.
Yes.
Nemesis. Since this card was printed, Merfolk has just moved into. It's sort of become this weird turbo True Name deck where they're not playing Wasteland and instead they're playing Cavern of Souls. They're playing Cavern of Souls and they're playing 4 True Names.
Yeah.
Ooh, and Andrew just drew a Haymaker there. He just drew Intuition.
All right, so we probably won't see this game come to a conclusion then. From Bob's side.
Yeah.
True Name is not gonna win this one out.
No, Andrew's gonna get some combination of cards involving Life from the Loam, and I'd imagine Cycle lands just so we could loam this turn. Like maybe maybe I think he gets here Thespian Stage, Tranquil Thicket, Loam.
Okay.
I think that does it.
I like that, yeah.
That way...
He gets it back. He gets to play everything thanks to Mana Bond.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, good point. Yeah. And no matter what, he'll have redundancy for next turn.
Yeah.
And there's no way Bob can present a clock fast enough to kill him from 15.
No. And then, I want to see some Wake Thrashers come out of Bob. Bob's a kind of crazy son of a bitch that would play a Wake Thrasher.
Well, he showed me a few of his sideboard cards. There are some interesting ones in there that I hadn't seen in a while. It looks like he's going to get... instead of the Tranquil Thicket, his third card is just going to be Glacial Chasm. It's a heavily altered chasm there. Let's pull up a Glacial Chasm, because that's one you do not see a lot. You only really see in the lands deck, or like 12 Post, I think, plays a copy of this card.
Yeah. Also, okay, so he got a...
Oh, we got Tabernacle. He didn't even get Thespian Stage. Doesn't even care. I don't know if I really like that.
No, I liked your line of play better. Just go get Loam, Chicagoland.
Yeah.
And Thespian Stage.
Yeah, I think the Chasm is fine over the Cycle Land. I don't think you would. I think Tabernacle. I would just rather be Thespian Stage here. I mean, he's still reasonably likely to hit it once he starts dredging next turn, but I think I would just try and put a Merit Lage into play as fast as possible.
Yeah.
So Andrew's just gonna sacrifice the Mazavith to the Glacial Chasm as he plays it. And now Bob is, even though True Name is great, does not really get through the old Glacial Chasm here.
No. And I'm trying to think, like, is this actually safer than doing it the other way?
I don't necessarily think so. Like, I don't think it's that different. Like, the Glacial Chasm is basically the best card here anyways. Like, as long as he gets some combination of Glacial Chasm and Life from the Loam, I think it's hard for him to get out here. It looks like he's just...
He really is just going to take down.
Mode to activate this. I mean, he's going to Dredge Loam, and whenever he hits the Thespian Stage, he might consider stopping. I think he's thinking about returning the Punching Fire right now, and he's going to decide against it. I think he's playing around...
Bob does have another Lord in his hand, so...
I see.
Oh. We... Almost... Bob being good guy Bob.
Oh, yeah, Bob.
Good guy Bob.
Yeah.
Letting Andrew remember his trigger.
His cumulative upkeep trigger right there.
Otherwise...
Almost went to Dredge his Loam first, go to his draw step, and he would have lost that, would have lost his Glacial Chasm there. Not too big of a problem, considering he has Loam, but...
Oh, did you lend Simon Elves?
I did.
Oh, so there is some Elves. Maybe we'll get Elves on camera next.
Yeah.
Everybody loves Elves for some crazy reason. But no Belcher. So we do have Elves, no Belcher.
Looks like Loam is getting cast here, returning Wooded Foothills, Tabernacle, and I think that's a Bayou. It's pretty heavily altered.
Is that a Tabernacle or a Tellurian West?
That's
a Tellurian West.
Oh, it's a Teleria West? Oh,
yeah.
Wow, yeah. Geez, sorry. Some of these altars, it's a little hard to keep track of what's going on there. Akash, I agree. With the statement, you don't play lands to win. You play lands to make your opponents lose. The deck is not built to just kill. Like, you have draws that kill someone really quickly, but what you're interested in doing is just
making them suffer.
Yeah.
Just how miserable can you make this game of Magic?
I've definitely seen some lands players like assemble some sort of hard block, and when someone refuses to concede, they just decide to Ghost Quarter them out of the game repeatedly. Yeah. Like, I saw someone with just like an Exploration out, and he just Ghost Quartered his opponent twice a turn.
Yeah.
Until the person had no more lands in his deck.
Shout out to Paulo from Sweden.
Ooh. So it looks like Andrew's going to transmute that Teleria West into the Tabernacle.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think he decided he didn't want his crazy expensive Tabernacle altered. Some of the cheaper cards in the deck.
So we're seeing...
I believe this is a Raven's Crime. Yep.
Okay, what is he pitching here?
I think that's the Bayou. No, I don't think it's Bayou. I honestly don't know what land that is.
A brown jumbled mess.
Yeah, sorry guys. Usually we're pretty good about this, but the altars are kind of throwing us for a loop. I assure you, it is a land.
I would agree with that as well.
Yeah.
So Tabernacle, forcing the Curse Catcher to go away.
Bob paying a mana for each of his creatures to keep him alive, but unfortunately still can't attack. And Andrew's just going to activate that Dark Depths end of turn, just paying 3 mana, old school style. Alright, so upkeep. Let's see if he decides to even pay for this trigger. I think it's pretty tempting to just not pay because you have Mana Bond out. Yeah, he's just not going to pay here.
Okay, I spelled. Oh, it's the.
Excuse
me.
Yes.
Excuse me. That's why I fucking got it and bring it up.
All right, so he's dredging Loam. Hit it. The only land he hit was another Mazavith. Gonna cast Loam here and probably just trigger mana on to end of turn.
Yeah.
Put them all into play. Yeah, he's gonna get back.
He doesn't want to put. He doesn't want to get Tolarian West because he doesn't actually want that in play.
No, he might get it to transmute.
You could transmute it right now. Yeah, I guess so.
He's in no real danger of dying. He's gonna get Wasteland, Glacial Chasm, and he's gonna get the Tolarian West. A little curious why he's not gonna just go and immediately.
Just win.
Yeah, basically. I mean, I think that's what he's going to do here. He's just going to transmute this into a Thespian
Sure,
stage.
but I mean, Andrew's had the ability to just win.
Yeah.
Straight up for the past several turns. And he's just elected not to. And, time is a very big factor in the round. I mean,
yeah, I agree.
Bob could just have a draw in game 2 that goes, kill you on turn 3.
Yeah, it's certainly true. There's some multi-lord and specifically with Mirror Regery, you can just end up attacking 16 really fast.
Just untap, tap. And so that's just all right, so here we go. Finally have a Thespian stage.
Yeah. And this is just gonna be lethal next turn. Andrew's just gonna be able to activate Thespian activate the combo of the deck. Thespian stage, copying Dark Depths. Thespian stage, since the legend rule kicks in, so you get to sacrifice one of them, sacrifice the real Dark Depths. You have the Thespian stage one with no counters on it, so you get a Merit Lage token immediately. And Bob's just gonna scoop him up. He's just dead to the 2020.
I mean, that's probably wise.
Yeah, as you said, time is always gonna be a factor with lands. There's not much you could do about that.
Oh, 100%. So
I'm wondering if Bob even has any really great sideboard cards. I see putting those right to the front. Back to basics.
Whoa. I mean, that'd be pretty good. If he's got... Oh, wow.
And submerge.
So if he can submerge the token with the back to basics out, that's...
It's pretty nice. I don't know...
Well, actually, no, I guess that doesn't really do anything.
Well, it just kills the killing the token is nice. Oh, yeah, it looks like his sideboard cards are all pretty good. As always, the issue with a deck like Merfolk, though, is that, you're not playing Brainstorm, so you're just sort of at the mercy of your draws. Yeah, it looks like he's boarding in a couple back to basics, a couple submerge, Pithing Needle, and Echoing Truth. I think he's just boarding in those cards just to time walk Andrew. Just make him get as much time as he can. He's still almost always gonna have a really tough time interacting with Glacial Chasm. That's one of the downsides to playing Merfolk here. Playing Merfolk without Wasteland, at least.
Just play 16 Wasteland.
You could play 16 Wasteland. What do you think? 4 Wasteland, 4 Ghost Quarter, 4 Dust Bowl,
4 Vasuba,
yeah.
4 Thespian stage. Got it. 20.
All right, 20 Wasteland deck.
Got it.
This is the new Mud mana base, as brought to you by Mark McManus. He will be playing it at the next Legacy tournament, I assume.
I actually do like Port in Mud.
Port's nice. It's just like another mana sink in your deck that has infinite mana sinks, right?
Yeah, it's pretty good. I don't know, but it's hard for me to get off of the manlands just because they've done so well for me.
Yeah, I like the manlands. Once I saw them in action, I think they've been really impressive.
Yeah. Simo, how you doing?
Hope everyone's doing well tonight. We're broadcasting live. Oh, everyone but Mark. Sorry, didn't mean to.
Well, and unenthusiastic.
Yeah. Well,
but we don't know. Again, they could be having a good time.
That's true.
Just can't tell.
Oh yeah, Bob gets to sideboard out his Chalice of the Void, which have effectively no targets. I mean, it's kind of interesting that he could, if he leaves in Chalice of the Void, if he sets it to 2, then that takes at least takes Andrew off Punishing Fire.
Oh yeah.
But I think that's kind of really ambitious.
No, it takes him off Punishing Fire and Loam.
I guess just take him off Loam. Man, maybe it's better than I think it is, but just getting to 4 mana, at that point, how many Punishing Fires does he cast? When you have your 4th land in play.
Nope.
Tell me. You tell me.
All right, we're playing. You just go Simian Spirit Guide, Elvish Spirit Guide, land, Chalice on 2.
All right. And
that's your opener.
That's a winning line right there.
It is.
I mean, that's probably also the hardest way to do that. There are probably
Nope, that's the easiest.
It's the easiest?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, this is Mark McManus, who has never seen the card Dark Ritual.
Yeah, no, I don't know what that is.
No. So what do you think? Do you think gets a little? You think Bob has a chance post board here?
Yeah, I mean, just based off of, because what do we see? We saw Submerge.
We saw Submerge, which again is just going to act as a sort of time walk here. It's not going to be
Whoop.
good. It's not.
Whoop.
It's a really reactive card in the matchup.
But if that's all he really needs, then
Yeah.
sure. What else did we see Bryn come in?
The big one is back to
back
base.
to basics.
Yeah, easily his best card in the sideboard.
Yeah.
And this is going to be nice. I feel like a lot of lands players instinctively board in just Crows and Grip, like some number of Crows and Grips no matter what, because the possibility of just losing to random hateful enchantments like this, like, you know, Blood Moon. I mean, Needle's extremely good against the deck as well.
Yeah.
You know, that they just sort of have to game around it and bring it in.
Is that an echoing truth? Is he
Yes, it is an
bringing-
Echoing Truth. He brought that in. I saw him sideboard that in.
Oh, that's his opening hand. Okay,
Yes.
I thought those were all cards he was like taking out or
No,
something.
no.
I was really confused.
And again, Echoing Truth just gonna act sort of in the same manner as Submerge, just, you know, killing a Merit Lage, giving him some time. Bowman's Win Con Killer Kevin is Merit Lage. It's the combination of Dark Depths plus Thespian Stage. All right, so Bob gonna keep his hand. I think he's pretty short on hateful spells here. I know he has the Echoing Truth. I think he might also have Submerge in his hand, but he doesn't have Back to Basics, and he doesn't have Vial.
It also didn't look like he had a particularly aggressive hand.
No. It looks like Andrew's going to go Thespian Stage, Mox Diamond, discarding Bayou. Ooh, nope, maybe not. I guess not Bayou. I think Andrew's hand is very mana heavy. I don't think he has a loam or anything like that. Yeah, it's just all lands, but it does have Tabernacle in it.
Right. The lands deck's hand is all lands.
I know. It's like it's the first time that's ever happened. But here it is, folks. You saw it. Yeah, Bob just passed. Bob has no 2-drop either. Yeah, it looks like his cheapest
rough.
spell is...
He's got a Regery.
Yeah, he has 2 Regeries. Or is that Silvergill? No, he has 2 Regeries and a True Name Nemesis to go with Submerge and Echoing Truth. So again, a pretty slow hand. Do you think he leads on the True Name here, right? Just to get in as much damage as possible.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it looks like Andrew's just drawing another land as well.
So Urborg coming in. Mm-hmm. There's a Mutavault that.
You know, it's a pretty nice draw.
Yeah.
Because his other land was a Cavern. Which
Whoa,
is
he's not.
much. Oh, it looks like he's just gonna pass. And Andrew's gonna copy the island. So now he has blue mana. Well, now he has 2 blue mana, I guess.
Yes.
All right, and great draw there for Andrew. It's your Punishing Fire.
So I wonder why Bob didn't do anything or play anything that turn. Does he have something in hand that?
I'm a little curious as well. I think
He's got the Submerge.
Yeah, he has Submerge. He also has Echoing Truth, but I don't think it. I think I would have just cast the True Name there.
Yeah.
There really isn't much Andrew can do about it besides just playing Tabernacle and Glacial Chasm. I can't Maze with it, so I think I would have played True Name there, passed, and then the rest of the game you can hold up your sort of anti-Merit Lage cards.
Yeah, and it's not like, and Andrew did not have he didn't have the entire combo on board, so you know that he's not, unless he's got some sort of weird like anger shenanigans. You don't have to worry about like just dying right away.
So interesting. So what I thought was the second Regery was in fact Silvergill add up. So Bob's just gonna play that second main phase. And it looks like Andrew's going to go for the combo here, turning his Thespian Stage into Dark Depths. His Thespian Stage will sacrifice to get a 20/20, and Bob gets to Echoing Truth that away.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, putting Andrew down to just 2 mana and play this, I think it's actually ended up working out pretty well for Bob in the scheme of things. Although I still think I would have deployed my creatures a little bit earlier, just to get some pressure.
And yeah.
Andrew's on the back foot here though. Looks like he has Mazevith at least to stem the damage from either Mutavault or Silvergill, and he also has the Punishing Fire in hand, but he does not have Grove of the Burn Willows.
No, but he's also got Tabernacle, and he's got Tellurian West.
Yeah. Oh, is Solaris as well?
Yes.
Oh, jeez, that's pretty good.
And a fetch land to go get a second blue.
I guess that would explain why he copied the island with his Thespian Stage originally. All right, so Bob drawing for turn. Looks like he drew a Master of the Pearl Trident. He has another land in his hand. Cavern, assuredly naming Merfolk here.
I think he named Gorilla.
Gorilla?
Yeah.
Man, Splashing Kurdip and Merfolk. It's bold. Or is it more of a... Maybe he's playing Simian Grunts.
No, Howling Mandrills.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
So it looks like Bob mulling over his options here. He has a number of lords to choose from. He also has Vendilion Click in his hand.
I'd also like to take a quick moment. Akash that was not actually a Yu-Gi-Oh card. That was actually an Ancient Mew.
Yes, an Ancient
from
Mew.
Pokemon. You got it when you went to see the movie.
Yep.
You got it from the movie theater.
I can say that I did that.
Oh, I did too. 100%.
I think I had actually several copies of it because I saw the movie more than once.
Oh man, I had like the end key.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it was just everything.
So it looks like Andrew gonna fetch here. Getting that second blue source as you noted, and I think he's just gonna transmute to Laria West right now.
Yeah. I don't know. He's probably just gonna get Grove of the Burnwells.
I think so too. Like I think just getting this engine online as fast as possible is gonna be great. Bob still can't. If Bob draws back to basics, Andrew's gonna have a really tough time coming back, given that he has basically just a bunch of reactive lands. Like I mean, he does have the Tabernacle, which is gonna be great. But especially with him getting the Grove here and not getting Glacial Chasm.
Yeah.
I mean, if he draws like Intuition or something, maybe he can get his Loam.
Yeah. So like. I jam it, Bob. Jam it. Get that back to base. Like so, but there's been several turns where Bob just hasn't played anything.
No, he's playing very conservatively.
I don't like that at all.
Yeah, I think I think he needs to be a little more aggressive here because the more time you give this deck, it's just gonna take over. All right, so here's the True Name Nemesis.
And now play the Rejury.
And
he's got it.
I don't know. Looks like he's gonna attack with Mutavault and get it mazed.
No. See again, I don't like that.
Yeah, I mean, in general, these lands decks don't really play, sweepers. They don't really play
exactly
like Pyroclasm type effects. So I think I would just be deploying them a little bit faster here. Upping the pressure is going to be pretty important. I mean, this True Name is the one card, and the True Name is the one card in his deck that's going to be able to get through Maze no matter what.
Yeah.
So I think you need to just push the damage by deploying Lords and making it as big as possible.
Exactly, I 100% agree. Especially when, because he's been sitting on a Lord of the Polar Trident and a Rejury.
Yeah. I think it also another interaction that can come up here is that. If Bob plays Mirror Rejury right here, he can start playing Merfolk afterwards to start tapping down Mazavith.
Exactly.
Which is, I think, going to be a pretty good way to sneak in damage later in this game.
Yeah, so Tabernacle coming down.
And Bob wisely electing to pay for his True Name Nemesis.
Correct.
Rather than have it get destroyed.
I also would like to point out, Beta Counterspell in chat is giving out doctorates left and right.
I guess that's pretty nice.
Yeah, it is pretty nice. I mean, that saves a lot of money.
I mean, you guys come in.
Does.
Let's get some doctorates.
And Horizon has a brand new flat screen and Jimmy John's and a GF.
Good job.
Yeah, it's winning.
Perfect evening. All right. So Bob is going to deploy Master of the Pearl Trident and get in for 4 here. Actually, can we look up the wording on Tabernacle real quick? I always get this wrong.
It's a destroy.
It's destroy? Okay, so if it is a destroy, if Bob doesn't pay...
Oh, wait, excuse me. The
Tabernacle, yes. It's got a the in front, and if you do it the other way, yeah. So, this is interesting. If Bob doesn't pay for the Tabernacle on his True Name Nemesis, it'll live. Because,
No.
It has protection, yeah. Never mind.
The creatures have.
Turns out I always get this wrong. This stupid card is so difficult.
No, but if it's indestructible, then you don't have to do it.
Correct. Yeah. It's indestructible. Yeah, because the creatures gain it. The Tabernacle's not doing it. So
yes.
Yeah, never mind. I am wrong as usual.
God,
Sorry,
get your
chat.
shit together.
I always think I know these cute rules interactions, and it turns out I'm just a giant buffoon.
Ooh, so Andrew getting punished here for not playing the Grove of the Burnwells because Bob is clicking Andrew. So we'll bring up Vendilion Click.
A card you don't usually see in the Merfolk deck, but it's just like an incredible creature.
Oh, excuse me, it is a non-land card. Never mind.
Yeah, you can't.
I thought it was any card.
No. That would be pretty ridiculous. Thankfully, it's non-land.
Yes, never mind. Don't listen to me.
All right. Well, I mean, just having another beater is just good enough here.
And I guess Bob would have been able to click himself. I looked away because I'm stuffing my face.
Yeah, I think Bob's just going to hold that Submerge for if Andrew's able to just reassemble this combo. Andrew trying to thinking about what land he wants to play here. He's got a couple mazes, a wasteland. Yeah, sorry guys. Yeah, I'm really dumb about that whole interaction. It looks like he's just going to transmute it to Laria West. You think he's just going to get a Glacial Chasm here? Mark?
I'll get you to Glacial Chasm.
Oh, okay.
When I'm busy.
Yeah. Oh no, he might get that's actually a pretty sweet one, getting engineered explosives.
Because that's gonna take care of
The board, more or less. I mean, as long as you can activate it. I mean, activating it for 3 is perfect here. Able to kill off both the True Name and the True Name.
Because he gets green, red, black, and then he's got 2 more black mana left over to activate it.
It's perfect. He unfortunately can't do it this turn. So he's gonna take a hit here. Do you think this is what Bob was playing around the whole time? Do you think he was just like playing around getting explosives out?
It's not worth it.
You don't think it's
Andrew
worth it?
would be dead.
Yeah. At least he would at a significantly lower life total.
Yeah.
So
you needed to get the pressure on early because you're going to draw more threats. Yep. Your Merfolk, your 20 plus creatures in your deck. Mm-hmm. You're going to get something. You need to and that's only going to take care of 1 group of mana cost. It's not going to take care of all your lords that you have out. And once Andrew pops it, I don't believe he's got a Academy runes to get it back.
Yes.
So you're just good as gold.
Yeah.
I don't know. You just need to get the pressure on the board early and keep swinging.
All right, so we got some Tabernacle triggers. Looks like Bob's just going to sack the Vendilion Click. It's definitely not getting in there through those Maze of Iths. You might as well not pay for it. And he's just going to pay for the other 2 Merfolk he's got. So he's got an interesting choice here. He could choose to push another Lord out through there. I think he definitely doesn't want to play the Marrow Reachery because he doesn't want to give Andrew that 2-for-1 off of explosives for 3. Because we have to assume here that Andrew got that explosive specifically to deal with True Name Nemesis.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's just going to play the Master of the Pearl Trident and get in there for 5.
I mean...
That's not bad.
Yeah, and I mean, Andrew's still going to have to do some other stuff.
Yeah. And the thing is, if he elects to go for the explosives for 3 this turn instead of explosives for 2, then Bob's still going to be able to get a bunch of damage.
Yeah, by just Reachery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, correct. Correct, Akash. The only thing that matters is that I am wrong, as usual.
Yeah.
I'm
just saying.
No one's surprised. All right, so it looks like he's going to tap Tabernacle for black, blue or green from there, and then some other mystery 3rd color off the Mox Diamond. And
I'm going to go magenta.
Magenta, all right.
Magenta is a 3rd color.
It is a legal 3rd color. Only a legal 3rd color. Can't do any more than that. Mox Diamond doing a lot of work here. It says any color.
How about maroon?
Maroon?
Maroon.
I don't think so. I might be wrong.
I don't know. Maybe.
All right, so we got our explosives on 3 here, and actually Andrew has exactly enough mana where he can maze 2 of Bob's creatures and still crack the
Wait, what?
And still crack the explosives. So Bob, correctly realizing that Andrew has this explosives, just didn't pay for it. Just let it die. And he's just content to try and get in there with his 2 Masters of the Pearl Trident. Ooh, so this is interesting. So
yeah, but I think you make Andrew use the mana. Because if he's gonna do it, because he's either gonna have to tap down his Wasteland or one of his mazes in order to do that.
Yeah.
And Bob's not using all of his mana.
That's true. Yeah, the issue here definitely being the mana usage. So Bob, I think Bob's tempted here to play this Curse Catcher. I would hold that. I think you want to
really.
Hold, yeah. So I think the reason you hold that is because you want to set up a turn where you can go Reachery, Merfolk.
Okay, sure. Sure.
And just try and get in like a big attack. Like if he draws.
Here's a life of the loam.
Oh, geez. Perfect draw for Andrew. And now he's just going to be able to get his combo back online.
Oh, and Cardoso brings up another play that I didn't even think of. He could have just submerged it back.
Oh, submerge his True Name back on top of his own deck? Yeah. That would have worked, right? It's any creature?
Yeah, and we'll bring up Submerge. I mean, yeah, no, that would have been even more of a heads-up play, and you still would have gotten them to put target creature on top of its owner's library.
Yeah, and note that because True Name is because Bob has chosen Andrew for True Name, he can still target it with his own spells.
Yeah. So actually, yeah, so that would have been even the more heads-up play, and the mana is still tapped. So one of your God, why can't I think? Your Mutavault or your Master of the Pearl Trident is going to get through.
And it looks like Bob's just going to deploy the 3rd Master of the Pearl Trident.
Yeah.
All right, so Andrew copying something with Thespian Stage. I think he's copying Mazavith here. Can't imagine what else he would be going for. I think he just wants the third maze.
Yeah. Oh, and there's an ensnaring bridge?
Oof.
Well, no, you don't want that.
That doesn't even. I don't think it's going to be too relevant here. I think what's going to happen is that Andrew's just going to make a 2020.
Yeah.
But again, I mean, Bob at least has another time walk for it.
Yeah. So that was really the. Yeah. So I think Bob could have taken this game.
I don't know if I agree necessarily.
Because if he jammed True Name on turn 3, he waited another 4 turns to play True Name Nemesis. That's 12 damage by itself.
I think. Okay, so I agree that he should have been jamming his creatures earlier.
Yes.
I think. I don't know if he necessarily would have been this close here, or this ahead on damage, because. Andrew would not have been elected. I mean, Andrew effectively got himself, like very much 2-for-1 off of that Echoing Truth. So maybe he would not have been as tempted to go for the combo there. Maybe because Andrew has chosen to be pretty conservative, like at least how he did the first game. So maybe he would have played similarly to that.
Sure, but I mean, like, Andrew also had to know Bob was up to something when Bob has gotten to 3 mana and he's got his 7 cards in his hand still. Yeah. So like, I just don't know if that's.
Oh man, looks Bob has the second Echoing Truth for Merit Lage there.
Yeah.
But I'm afraid he's still pretty behind here. Andrew's just presenting him with a lot of things at once right now with this Loam. Yeah, he's gonna Dredge Loam here, hitting Exploration, Mox Diamond, Creeping Tar Pit, and he's just gonna reassemble the combo, I think.
Yeah, this is. There's 3. I mean, like
3 Mazavith. Mazavith is just such a tough card to beat here.
Yeah.
But Bob still has Needle in his deck.
Sure.
I mean, Needle and Back to Basics are both like things that can get him through.
He has to have an Echoing Truth to get both of them in the yard, and then get the Needle in play to name Thespian Stage before Andrew can put Thespian Stage back in play. Because if he does that, then he can just copy. Andrew can copy a Thespian Stage in response to Bob casting it, and then now he's got another land that has that ability. And the Needle naming Thespian Stage no longer does anything.
Yeah, but I think he's more interested in just like if he's able to draw Needle and he just like names Mazavith, it's just lethal.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's just gonna die to the onboard trick effectively. So Bob's just gonna play Mirror Readery here. Like, obviously he's aware of this explosives, but looks like he's not even gonna attack. I think I definitely would have attacked there.
Well, he's got the 3 mazes.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter. He still had 2 mana up to pop the explosives if he wanted to. Yeah. Well, the
Punishing Fire not doing much now.
No, Punishing Fire, pretty embarrassing actually. All of Bob's Merfolk are 5/5s.
Yes,
every single one.
they all can't be blocked, which is very relevant against lands.
True.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lands
blockers.
Known for the amount of creatures it plays.
Very true.
Yes.
So let's see what Andrew's gonna do here. He's tapping 3 mana. This seems like a transmute, or perhaps a. It looks like he's transmuting into Teleria West.
All right.
And he's just gonna get Glacial Chasm, sacking a maze.
Yeah. I don't know.
This is where he's approaching the hard lock situation.
Yeah.
Right?
No, he already is hard locked.
Yeah. Oh, I mean the Glacial Chasm is it. So in the situation, if he doesn't have this Teleria West, then Bob's in a position where he can at least cast a Merfolk, cast that Curse Catcher that's been in his hand, and tap a maze, and get in at least 2 creatures.
Yeah.
But with the Chasm in play, there's just
Chasm in play, Loam.
Yeah,
the yard. It's
Loam churning.
Yeah.
It's really tough for Bob to get out from under this, and he also has 4 different creatures at this point to pay. This is the downside of just like going wide in the face of Tabernacle, is it just eats up your mana.
Sure, and I also don't like that Bob is now it doesn't matter, but like last turn he tapped his Mutavault when he didn't need to, because like Mutavault you don't have to pay, and he would have been able to attack still.
No. Last term was he played it.
He did play it last.
Yes.
Turn. Okay.
Looks like he's just gonna play a Vial and pass. Again, holding both the Curse Catchers and Submerge. I mean, Bob needs to get pretty lucky to deal with this Glacial Chasm. I don't even know if there's anything he can necessarily do, especially in the face of Loam. Because I think, Andrew's just trying to assemble the combo again at this point.
Yeah, I don't know. Gibson, I am here. How are you doing?
Control yourself. Just a outburst there.
Yeah, I can't help it. You know, Gibson shows up. I get happy.
All right.
Like I don't claim it to be correct.
No.
All right.
No, of course not.
Yeah.
Why would anyone do that? Andrew just dredging loam here. He's just gonna be dredging and casting loam every turn probably for the rest of the game.
You know what I like to dredge?
What do you like to dredge? Stinkweed Imp.
Your loam.
My loam? Man, I was actually playing a deck with Life from Loam up there. It was pretty fun.
Oh, were you?
Yeah. And modern.
Oh.
Yeah, it was really nice.
Little gifts.
Yeah.
Little gifts
It
action.
was really fun. I like that.
Fair
deck.
enough.
So Andrew gonna be resolving his Life from Loam, then it's gonna fetch with Verdant Catacombs. Probably gonna get just a basic forest here, I'd imagine, or maybe a taiga.
Yeah.
And he's gonna transmute as well.
Oh, it's a good thing that we're seeing right now.
You sound thrilled. Oh yeah. Now we got some real fun.
This is
Andrew is transmuted for Zernor.
This is fucking round 1, and I'm already at this level.
Let's pull up Zernor, why don't we?
Oh, look at that! Did you get that? Oh goodness. I agree. Zernor. Why the fuck not?
Zernor, ZU.
You don't tell me how to spell things.
It's like half my job.
It's true.
All right, so Bob paying for all 4 of his creatures. The Zernarb is gonna be. This is the grind here. This is just gaining life, having a good time.
Just win.
Things are going great on Andrew's side of the board.
Yeah, don't dredge anymore. You still got a little bit of a life pocket.
Here's the thing: winning is irrelevant at this point.
Yeah, just don't dredge. Look for an exploration. Look for a mana bond. Let's do this thing. Yeah. Let's go. All right, so Andrew's gaining 4 life off this Ornor.
All right, going to 11.
And then taking 4 life from the Glacial Chasm cumulative upkeep.
Glacial Chasm.
Glacial Chasm.
Glacier Chasm.
That's what Glacial Chasm. That's what I'm saying.
All right, so
don't make fun of me.
I won't. I'm very sorry.
You should be. No more by me.
Oh man, what a rough
pretty
day.
good.
It was really good.
Pretty good. Yeah.
Ooh. And Andrew drawing a second copy of Explosives, and that's gonna.
He's gonna put that on 2.
And that's gonna wipe Bob's board completely here.
Nah, he'll still have a Ragery and a Aether Vial.
Sorry, basically wipe Bob's board.
This is upsetting.
What I expect Andrew to do here is take that Thespian stage, copy Mutavault, and win that way.
Jam it up your ass. Oh man, he could.
Yeah, just start attacking Mutavault every turn.
Oh please! Actually, I really want Andrew just to do that.
That's true.
I mean, no, that's Oh no, they fixed Master of the Pearl Heart. No, none of these lords go over. Oh man, I got really excited that Andrew was just gonna get like a 7/7 fucking Mutavaunt with just like 3-turn clock. Deal with it. Oh wait, you can't. It's unblockable.
Exactly.
The fucking Master of the Pearl Trident fixed it.
For those unaware, Lord of Atlantis pumps all Merfolk, whereas Master of the Pearl Trident and Marrow Ragery only pump Merfolk you control. So like a fun thing was that I've done before playing the Merfolk Mirror is that sometimes you sometimes like you have to board out your Lord of Atlantises because anytime you put them into play, if you don't immediately kill your opponent, they will kill you.
Yeah,
it's just pretty embarrassing.
Nah, it's good things. Cardoso bringing up. I really hope that 1993 is not the birth date because they are bringing up some really really good plays, and then I just feel like.
Yeah, I guess so.
But try and get the EE when he has 4 mana up, and then pop it, and then his Grove and Punishing Fire combo turns back on.
This is a pretty cute trick Andrew's doing. With the cumulative upkeep trigger on the stack, he's going to activate Thespian Stage targeting Glacial Chasm, so he won't have to pay for his copy. And he gets to sacrifice the one that already has 2 counters on it. It's about to have 3.
What happened to the Ragery?
He cracked both Engineered Explosives. So it's
That's
dead.
A thing.
It's real dead.
That is a thing.
All right, so he's getting Loam, casting Loam. I'm going to get back the Glacial Chasm, Teleria West, and maybe a Fetch Land or Amaze. Yeah, he's just going to get a Taiga.
Yeah, all right.
I know he has...
Why are we still watching this?
I think this is great.
This is just Andrew just stroking it.
This is pure magic here. This is what Richard Garfield intended.
I know, but this is like some tantric shit. Like he's just going
Like, look, just because one player is having
I ain't finished
most of the fun, you should be finished. Finish yourself now.
No, I mean Andrew hasn't. He's just waiting. He's just waiting.
All right, Andrew just gonna play Dark Depths, and at this point just discarding the hand size.
Yeah, why not?
Pitching Punishing Fire. And a wasteland, I think.
Something, it doesn't matter.
Not too relevant. Bob has got to fight through a lot of things here. Let's just like pray that he top decks a back to basics.
Yeah, fair enough.
That'd be nice. Let's see what we got here. Bob drawing for turn. Is that another curse catcher? I think it might be the third curse catcher. No, it was Silvergill Adept.
Okay. He's got to submerge, and Bob's gonna be able to fucking submerge this goddamn token. I'm leaving. I'm leaving.
For those wondering, this game will never end. We are here forever, and Mark is going to kill me. We're gonna be here when all of humanity has died out, and Mark will have to murder me for food.
Yeah.
So this might be the last.
I don't know. Well, I had to make the decision pretty quickly.
Yes.
Because I got enough meat on me. I'm gonna last for a little bit. You're gonna wither pretty quickly.
It's
so
not
if
great.
I want any sort of actual substantial meat, I'd have to kill you pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Then I had to clean you and figure out how to preserve your body really fast. I don't have any salt handy right here. So I don't know. And it's not cold enough outside anymore to preserve.
Yeah, it's
so
rough.
I don't know. And I don't know if I'm willing to make that call right away. So you might be safe and you might just die of starvation.
Yeah, well, we'll see, won't we?
Yeah.
All right, so it looks like I don't think Bob can actually. If I'm correct here in thinking this Thespian stage is copying Glacial Chasm, then that Mutavault can't actually attack. Yeah, it could. I don't think it could have attacked. So he's gonna sacrifice Thespian stage and go to 9. But there's not a ton that's gonna change here. Yeah, he's just gonna dredge Loam again. Yeah, I think Andrew should be at 9 here.
Oh, and he probably actually sacked it to Zoran Orb, so he's probably actually at 11.
No, this was going to 9 here from 7.
Wait, no, but the first Glacial Chasm, he probably sacked a Zoran Orb.
Ooh, yeah, good point.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking he's at 11.
I had not considered that. It looks like he's just gonna loam back Thespian stage.
Why the fuck not?
And some other garbage that doesn't matter a whole bunch. I mean, here's the thing. Here's what we're all gonna get to see again. Is that Andrew will play either. I think he's gonna play Glacial Chasm here. Actually, yeah, he's gonna play Glacial Chasm. I was saying, if he played Thespian stage there and just went for it again, then Bob was ready with the third Merit Lage kill spell, which I'm loving.
Oh. And Andrew has to be careful how he does this because Bob's got a fucking Phantasmal Image in hand.
Oh my goodness. Wow, okay, so I am sincerely hoping that Bob is able to copy a Merit Lage here with Phantasmal Image. That will be great. Although here's the thing, it still dies to Punishing Fire.
Well, sure, but that doesn't matter. We can live the dream.
And he doesn't have a Grove
Oh, no, he's got Violent too.
Yeah, he's holding it there.
Oh boy. Boy.
All right, so there is no more Tabernacle. Oh no. Oh wait, what's going on? Why is he paying mana? There doesn't appear to be a Tabernacle in play. Yeah, okay, they fixed it. Yeah. So it looks like Bob figured out what to do here. He has a Lord of Atlantis, a couple Curse Catchers.
Glacial Chasm still says "fuck you" to the whole.
Yes. Yeah, I mean he can't. He still can't attack.
I can't live the dream. Son of a bitch.
Well, no. Okay, so here's the dream, because Andrew needs to sacrifice the Glacial Chasm to attack with his, right? Is it creatures can't attack you?
No, I thought it was you just don't take any damage. Yeah. All right, let's
see.
Oh, creatures can't attack you. Okay, so yeah, no, he doesn't have to do anything. And it's prevent all damage.
Yeah, prevent all damage, but Andrew's creatures cannot attack. So he does have to get rid of the Glacial Chasm if he wants to execute the combo.
Oh yeah, all right, that's yeah. So Bob can attack.
All right, so Andrew's gonna pay 2 life here, keeping his Glacial Chasm around. I'm wondering if he's just gonna stop dredging at this point. I
think you need to, because that's what I was suggesting earlier when he had basically a lock on the board. He could have taken a few points of damage, and so you really want to dig for I was saying either a Manabon or a exploration.
So you can just go into turbo mode.
Yeah, and that way you're just comboing every turn. That's all good things.
Hello, Gabby. Hello,
Gabby
chat.
with a K, Gabby. Turbo Ninja. We stream Legacy 2 nights a week, and 1 night a week we have Modern. Mm-hmm. So Mondays, Thursdays Legacy, Wednesday is Modern.
Yes, good stuff.
Let's see. So, look at that. Unenthusiastic.
Beating us to it. Unenthusiastic, who is maybe not unenthusiastic, but very informative.
Yes. So here's the Thespian stage activation targeting Glacial Chasm again. Oh my.
And he's going to sack the
I mean,
Glacial Chasm to Xernorb.
Yeah, at this point, like, I'm okay with how Andrew's like doing this because I mean he's just running the clock down.
He also he is not able to deck, I believe, with his version because I think he has Academy runes.
Oh,
so
does he have an Academy rune? I didn't see it.
We haven't seen it yet. I'm assuming there's only one copy of it in the deck, but he just he hasn't flipped it. If he does flip it at any point, then he just never decks. He just puts explosives on top of his deck every single turn.
Yeah.
Looks like Andrew's just gonna loam, get back 2 wastelands and a Glacial Chasm. Not really thinking about the lands other than the Glacial Chasm here. I think he might just replay it.
Doopa-doopa-doopa-doo.
I mean,
Doopa-doopa-doopa-doo.
yeah, exactly. He's just sitting there having a good time. As long as he has Glacial Chasm in play, there's just nothing Bob can do to interact with his plan. He doesn't have any, doesn't have much of any life loss spells hidden in his deck.
Yeah, and Turbo Ninja, thank you for following. Much appreciated.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, this is...
All right, so Andrew discarding the hand size because, again,
why
too
the
many,
fuck not?
Too many lands.
Yeah, why not?
Ooh, there's a True Name which does the same as the rest of the creatures.
Yeah, there's a copy of Glacial Chasm out. I keep forgetting that Thespian stage, instead of just copying and winning.
Yep.
It's just chilling.
Nope, we have a bunch of creatures that can attack and do no damage. Which is a little awkward. Well, awkward if you're Bob. Pretty great if you're Andrew.
Yeah.
It looks like, I mean, here's the thing. At this point, notice, yeah.
Sacking his Xernorb. Why not?
I was just going to play the Glacial Chasm again for a turn. Because, if we look at we got a round clock here. We're at like we have 30 seconds left.
Actually, I think that middle die they're actually already in turns. Yeah, because they dilly-daddled finishing up their one game.
That's true.
Who do we... I'll get Simon to get on with elves for this next one. There are a couple good ones. There's Sword of the Meek. There's Stasis as well.
There's Stasis because watching lands is not painful enough.
Yeah, no, but Stasis at least wins faster.
Does it?
Yeah, they play like Kurnos and they do or like Ralzarek. Those are fun.
Okay,
those are fun things that they're doing.
In my professional opinion, Ralzarek's not fun until you're flipping coins, and then you got fun.
Oh,
nothing like extra turns.
Pino tells a story about how he was flipping coins with Ralzarek and he didn't have to, and they all came up tails. he lost because of it. He had the game locked out, but he didn't have to do anything.
My hubris. Oh goodness.
Oh my god. All right, so I'll try to get. You have to put. All right.
I disagree. We do not have to put Stasis on.
I'll see what Stasis is doing.
Yeah.
I mean, elves will be fun to watch no matter what.
Oh, for sure.
So, I'll be right back.
Look, Cardos, we don't know what we'll see next. We've got a lot of sweet options. You guys can chime in with what you really want to see. It looks like we have Reanimator, Grixis. I'm not sure what this Grixis deck is. Could be something else, some sort of crazy thing. Sneak and Show. We have multiple Grixis decks. Jeez. Elves, an Esper Sword of the Meek style deck. So I figure that's a pretty grindy control deck. What else? The Stasis deck, and then just Esper Stoneblade. What we really want to see is not Stasis. I can probably agree with that. And this game, getting to turn 5 here. At this point, Andrew just gets to win with the classic 1-0. This game will not come to its natural conclusion. Or maybe is the natural conclusion. Our location is Chicagoland Games Dice Dojo, our gracious hosts. It's on the north side of Chicago in Andersonville. We stream here every Monday. And then on Thursdays Wednesday and Thursday, we stream from MTG Card Market, which is in Lakeview in Chicago. Yeah, probably Grixis Alara block constructed. That would be an interesting choice. I would love to see some Cathari remnants and stuff. Andrew just haphazardly dredging loam. Doesn't really matter here. And it's going to end. And Andrew's going to get this one. Pretty fun and crazy lands match. Land's doing its thing. And, as usual, if you don't have a good way to interact with what they're doing, and you're just gonna get buried by what they're by them. They don't really go over the top of you. They just attack at such a completely non-linear angle. All right. So let's reset some things here. Get set for round 2. Do you know what we're gonna see?
Yeah, we're gonna get Stasis.
Great. Fantastic.
But it's blue-green Stasis.
Blue-green Stasis. Blue-green, so he's not playing Stop playing
What
the untapped things.
Guess what card he's got?
Oh god, it's Scrub Ranger, isn't it?
Nope, it is a Ranger.
It's Kyrian Ranger?
It's Kyrian Ranger. Because it's a combo. Oh, also, Simon wanted to go ask you a question really quick, so if you want to run upstairs and just facilitate and make sure that they're on there, I'll bring up, at least I'll show my pretty face. Cardoso93, thank you for following, much appreciated. Ha! Alright, let's see. What's going on in chat? Robinson, we'll see you later. No, it shouldn't be. There's no miracles in the field today. It doesn't look like. Round 3, we're gonna put on elves for you guys. So that should be good. Elves did win round 1. And Greg promises that that the stasis deck has a decently fast kill. So it should be good. So I think it's actually Rug Stasis. Undomain, thank you for following it. Hubbly Bubbles, thank you for following as well. Much appreciated. Yeah, that's kind of what Pino's take on the deck is, as far as like the deck being fun but not particularly serious. Get unfollow. Gabby, see, so you just gotta follow again, and I'll give you a shout out again. It'll be fun. Gabby Sparts, she's got a nice channel. You guys should tune in. What's?
Oh, it's just you?
Oh no, I mean Phil's gonna be back down in a second.
I think my opponent's on Infect. Could be okay.
Infect? So this should be pretty.
Yeah, you want one of them?
Yeah, this should be pretty interesting. All right, so it sounds like we've got. I don't know. He's got Grixis written down. I have no idea. So we'll figure this out. Bear Down 2020. Thank you for following. Horizon. Thank you for being here. I don't know. A couple of. Once a Forever King. Thank you for being here. And then Arcaduna. Thank you for following. Much appreciated. Alright, so I'm going to get my pretty face off of here. So Greg was saying that this guy that he's playing against is on Infect, but he was saying, but the paper has it as Grixis, so who do we trust more? Pino or Zinni?
Pino or Zinni?
Pino. I feel like it's got to be Pino.
Pretty quickly, Pino.
Yeah. So, Rug Stasis.
Rub.
Not Rub. Scott. Oh my god, that's Grixis.
Yeah, it is. Wow, the moment you realize that Rub is Grixis, that's
my god.
That's where we
Let me
are.
rub your rug.
Oh god. Rug Stasis.
So we got. Oh man, why couldn't Ian have sat on Pino's side, and then I totally would have done. Let me rub your rug.
Just Rub Infect.
Yeah. Rub Infect Rug Stasis. Rub that rug.
I hate it.
Oh.
All right, we got Rug
We
Stasis.
have fun here.
We have fun finding things out that people already knew for their whole lives.
I'll put Infect with Pino shrugged. So this is probably going to change.
I saw a blue card, and it looked like a card that you don't really see in Legacy very often.
Oh boy! All right, and this is Growl.
Goral.
Growl.
So hopefully we get to catch some cards while he's shuffling, because as we said, we don't know what he's playing technically, and he's correctly shuffling face down. So we'll find out soon.
Sometimes you gotta hope that they shuffle face up.
Yeah. You thought it was
For the
force?
camera.
You thought it was force Zephyr? I mean, force would make the most sense, but that would also not really indicate what deck it is. Oh, they're both 0-1 here.
Yes,
Okay.
but
Unfortunate. I really thought Stasis was going to go undefeated today.
Kyle had some pretty deep runs with Stasis.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to say beyond my own belief, because that deck's I don't mean to say it's like bad, but it's definitely sort of a pile.
Yeah,
right?
and a couple people were. Cardoso was talking about that.
Yeah. Like here's the thing. In Legacy, as long as you're playing like reasonably powerful cards and like Force of Will, you could pretty much compete. It's just like the win conditions in this deck are like kind of strange. Ooh, he's definitely wrong. It's definitely.
WUBRGxyz. Okay.
Actually, it looks to be. I think it's 4 colors. I saw a Tropical Island, but I would assume that the 4th color is just Deathrite Shaman. I think it's just Grixis with Deathrite.
Okay, so we're gonna go
Let's
Grubris.
go with Grixis. I think it's a Grixis
I
deck.
like Grubris.
I can't. I don't think that's English. I can't really pronounce that.
What are we going for?
Grixis.
Grixis.
Yeah, I think Grixis. If you're splashing half a Deathrite Shaman, that's Grixis to me. Like you're still playing.
I like Grubsis.
I bet you do.
Because it sounds like food.
Ooh, Zenith for 0 to start the game off for Pino. Gonna fetch the old Dryad Arbor. Let's see if Ian has a bolt here. I think I would just fire off a bolt.
That's what we call value.
Yeah, I
Right
mean,
here.
I like just bolting, but Ian decides against it. Just Snapcaster.
I guess you're technically trading. You're kind of time walking them, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, less time walking and more just resource management to me is what I think. And it looks like Ian has. I think he wants to hold it. Yes. He's holding his bolt so that he can get value off of his young Pyromancer.
Ah, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Which I think is fine.
Yeah.
Young Peasy coming down. Well, let's get that up because that's actually slightly more relevant than Glacial Chasm in this matchup at least. Well,
Yeah.
well, I say that.
Yeah.
Watch fucking. If Pino has a Glacial Chasm, I'm going to shoot myself.
It's gonna be great.
Like, even though I chose this matchup,
Yeah.
it'll.
Can I point out that Pino does in fact also have Scrib Ranger in his deck?
Oh, he does have Scrib Ranger.
Yeah, it's in his hand. I see it.
Oh,
Looks like he's
man.
got a couple Zeniths. Looks like he wants to put one away. Yeah, putting back. Oh, he has 2 Dryad Arbors. I guess his sort of combo for paying for it is going to be returning a land untapped Dryad Arbor. So he gets to play an untapped land that would normally not untap and then pay. So yeah, his hand has. Let's see, Zenith, Scrib Ranger, Daze, as well as a couple other things. And he's gonna fetch here. Getting another Trop. So he does have red in his deck? Is it just like a very minor amount?
He did say he added Ralzarek.
Okay, he does have red. I mean, I think it's hard to play the card Stasis without Ralzarek. Ralzarek is just like the perfect card to go along with it.
Yeah.
It looks like he has a couple Force of Wills and a Noble Hierarch, which I think he's gonna play this turn. Yeah, there's Noble Hierarch. And Ian, I don't think he's going to have any responses to this. Not going to burn a Force of Will or anything like that. Just going to draw first turn. Draws Force appropriately. Oh, he has a Daze. I see. And he's just going to Lightning Bolt the Noble Hierarch right away and get some value off of this young Pyromancer.
That's fair.
Looks like both players actually have Daze in their hand, and both players not having a single card to Daze recently. I think Ian may have had the opportunity to Daze the Green Sun Zenith, but chose not to.
I think Pino's debating forcing this. All right.
He's just going to let it resolve. I mean, he has a couple forces, so having redundant copies maybe not so great here. But Ian just going to attack, get in for 2, and cast a Brainstorm. And I think Pino, I would have been a little tempted to Daze there.
Yeah.
If I was on Pino's side. But it looks like he wanted to hold it. I think Ian just missing his 3rd land. Yeah, he's thinking about putting back this Jace. I think he might have just Brainstorm locked himself, but he does have Ponder.
Yeah. Which will get him out of that, but if Pino dazes the Ponder, Ian will probably just pay for it, but if he doesn't...
Yeah, that could be good.
it'll be good.
Looks like he's putting back Snapcaster Mage and Jace the Mind Sculptor.
Yeah, Horizon, meet me downtown. I'll pick you up from the train station after work.
There you
can
go.
Come up and play.
You got a ride.
Then Estaby, a 2-hour drive one way. We had some. Were you here when those guys came up from Purdue?
No, I did not know that.
A couple guys came up from Purdue.
Huh.
And they're fans of the stream, and they were just like, you know what? Let's come up and play.
Awesome.
And then they played. I felt bad. They didn't do as well as I would have hoped. But especially after taking like a 4-hour drive.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Sometimes when you make those big drives, it feels kind of lame to just do poorly. But yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
All right, so Pino trying to figure out what he wants to do this turn. He's got a lot of options. He's got Scrib Ranger, he's got Green Sun Zenith, and a land. So he can Zenith for up to 3 right now, but it does play into Daze. Thankfully, he has a backup. He has his own Daze to fight, as well as Force of Will. I'm not sure what high impact cards he could be going for here.
I don't feel so bad because apparently Cardoza knows Guide Buddha. So I don't feel as bad about missing some of the play.
Pretty nice. I've heard that. I gotta say, I've heard good things about that Kai Buddha.
Did we miss an attack here?
1, 2, 3, 4. No, he should be at 16.
Okay. All right. Chewy, thank you for following.
Woo!
Much appreciated.
Love the new followers.
Do you? How much do you love them?
I don't want to...
In an appropriate way?
No, very appropriate way.
Well, what's your definition of an appropriate way?
Let's not get into this. Let's focus on this match. So Pino just gonna play Scrib Ranger. He doesn't. I guess he doesn't really want to. He doesn't have a card he really wants to find here with this Green Sun Zenith. And Ian gonna start off with a Ponder, triggering his Pyromancer. This Pyromancer's getting kind of out of hand.
Yes.
And I think he's just gonna. Yeah, he's gonna shuffle. There was no land there. The mystery cards below them were just a couple more spells. And because of that Brainstorm, I believe the card he had to keep was Snapcaster Mage, but cheaper card than Jace. And Jace not great in the face of this Scrib Ranger. I mean, it's still fine. But...
Yeah, this is still kind of rough. Taxing Probe.
All right, so
going at 18.
So paying life here. Again, there's this Pyromancer. He's got 4 tokens right now. Just really looking for a land though.
I mean, he'll probably be able to just get this out. And if Greg had the of course, if he could see what he would see, I think you definitely are correct that you dazed that.
Brainstorm?
Brainstorm.
Yeah, it's one of those. So dazing Brainstorm in a play like that is, it's a little sketchy, because you just don't have the information to work with. But
Yeah.
It's like a small edge. Letting your opponent see a bunch of cards cannot be great.
Yeah.
Maybe Greg.
And it was a main phase Brainstorm, so
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think I would have been interested in dazing it, but I think it's. Both arguments are fair to me.
Yeah.
Ian hitting the land, pretty important here. It looks like he has a second Pyromancer in his hand, as well as the Snapcaster Mage, Force of Will, and a few other choices. And he's going to get him with 2 tokens. Doesn't want to risk losing his Pyromancer to one of these tiny 1/1s that Greg is offering.
Greg, I feel like, would be very happy to trade there.
Oh, absolutely. Get that Pyromancer off the table immediately.
And Intello, similar to Othello, thank you for following.
Yeah.
Much appreciated.
Appreciate it. All right, so Ian just going to pass the turn here, holding up his counter magic, and Greg's going to end step fetch. I think this is going to get the second Dryad Arbor, actually.
Okay.
It's going to...
This is your job now, all right?
I'm working on it.
Oh, yeah. All right, we're good.
Okay. Phew.
There's a space underneath it.
That's fine.
I can't tell.
Yeah, so he's getting the second Dryad Arbor here. One of the few non-elf decks to play more than one Dryad Arbor, I gotta say. That's usually a thing that only elves does. Ooh, he did draw the Stasis. Is that... Wait,
Okay.
that's a lock, though, right?
Let's see.
God. Art on this card is
Okay, so it skips the untap. So... Yeah...
I mean, he has it with Force Backup, and he's able to... And because he has Scrib Ranger in play, he could start just bouncing his Tropical Island and untapping Dryad Arbor. But I mean, this comes down to a 1 damage a turn thing with just the Scrib Ranger. But I think he just jammed the Stasis here.
Yeah.
It looks like he's first going to add green, add blue, return the Tropical Island, untapping Dryad Arbor, and then play the Tropical for turn, and then probably cast the Stasis.
Yes.
Yeah, there it is. Stasis.
Got it. So, but I mean, Ian's still gonna be able to do a little something.
I mean, he has some attackers here, and he has Force of Will to at least fight over it. But Greg has he has Force Backup. It looks like he's gonna make some tokens here. The tokens are at least pretty important.
And that's kind of what I was alluding to, is the fact that he's gonna be able to do some things, and so. Oh, but there's the second Force for Ian. Ooh. And now Ian can...
Double Force.
Ian can double Force and daze. Whereas Pino can just Force and daze.
Yeah, and his daze not going to be too relevant given that Ian has the 1 mana.
Yes.
And to be fair, Ian's daze also not going to do much. I would actually assume he pitches the daze to the Force of Will.
Sure.
Let's see what he decides to do here.
Pino's 1 mana short of hard casting Force of Will.
Yeah, he is. So looks like there's a Force of Will, pitching Dig Through Time, triggering Young Pyromancer.
That's not the worst to see them have to pitch Dig Through Time.
Oh no, certainly not. I mean, but it sort of puts the onus on Pino to decide what he wants to do here. This is especially awkward because Ian knows Greg's hand. He knows that Greg has Force of Will.
Yeah.
And specifically, he knows that Greg has access to only the 1 Force. Like he can't cast both the Forces in his hand. Yeah, and he's even just going to pitch Force, so Greg's going to go to 12 here. And I think we're gonna see Ian just force back because of. I mean, if that stasis resolves, he's only really gonna be able to get in one attack with his crew before they'll just tap down forever.
Yeah. And there's the. All right.
Second force. That brainstorm really, really good for Ian there.
Oop. 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 Oop.
We got the wrong person. Oh yeah, 12 and then 16.
So what's interesting though is Pino still has the Green Sun Zenith in hand.
That's true.
So I don't know what the hell he's got in his deck.
I'm trying to think of like some sweet card he could go get here to get him out of the situation, but most of the sweet cards are not green. Stuff like, is it static?
Got it.
Yeah.
All right. So he draws Painter Servant. Okay.
All right. Ooh, he is going to Zenith for 2 here.
He draws Painter Servant, makes everything green.
Okay.
All right. And then he Green Suns for Massacre Worm.
Massacre Worm.
Okay. All right.
Why did it need to be green?
Stay with. So he can Green Sun for it.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And then wipes his board. Then Greg's sitting in a good spot.
All right.
He's sitting because he knows that Ian doesn't have any more counter spells.
If only there was a way to make your Painter Servant green before you cast the Painter Servant, so you could Zenith for the Painter Servant. Oh wait, why would you need a second one?
Yeah, I was just like, wait, what?
I just confused myself. Sorry. All right, so Pino going with what I think is probably his best option in Scavenging Ooze. Scavenging Ooze, he's gonna be able to gain a couple points of life, but these tokens.
There's no creatures in the yard. Well, no.
There's
one.
noble hierarch.
So
and
that's...
he can also trade away some creatures with these tokens to maybe make it bigger. But
yeah.
But I think it's just going to get overwhelmed by all these tokens. These tokens are really problematic.
Stinkfist. It's been there. Thank you for following.
Just shake my head. You guys can't see the booth, but I'm shaking my head. Ooh, jeez. And
man.
Ian just drew the perfect card, Lightning Bolt right there. I think here I would just... Well, if he goes to Bolt the Scavenging Ooze, it actually does not work out. Well, there's only one creature in the graveyard, so never mind. He can Bolt the Scavenging Ooze freely.
Yeah.
And then just start getting in with all these tokens, and it should be lethal in 2 swings, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 creatures. Well, no, there are some blocks that'll complicate things. Yeah, and he's just gonna Lightning Bolt the Scavenging Ooze, triggering.
I mean, if you're Greg, you probably just go ahead and gain a life, right? Or
yeah, I think so. I mean, like that mana's not really gonna be doing much else. I don't think you need to block this turn.
yeah.
Yeah, Greg thinking about it. I mean, he has his only card in hand is Daze, which is basically dead at this point.
Daze it. YOLO.
Daze it?
YOLO.
Just put that land in your hand for no reason.
YOLO. Get it.
I gotta say, I condemn this play. I do not agree with dazing.
I don't think you're right.
The bolt is good. The daze that will probably not happen is not great. I think Greg is just deciding whether he wants to gain a life here, or if there's maybe a specific card he wants to remove from Ian's graveyard. I can't imagine what that would be though. Like it would have to be, it's preemptive, like preemptively playing around Snapcaster, but I don't think that really matters.
Even if Ian can swing out, because at this point the young Pyromancer's done more than enough work,
Absolutely.
and it's going to finish it up. Because I think this is representing 3 tokens, right?
Yes.
All right, so
He has
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah.
Yeah, he has 6 tokens that can attack this turn. Yeah, I think the reason Greg didn't want to activate Ooze is because he wants to block with his Dryad Arbor.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is going to hold back the Pyromancer. I don't think it matters too much either way, but I think you're free to attack with it at this point. Let's see. He's just going to take the 6.
No, sometimes you're at 6 life,
Greg drawing Brainstorm, one of the best draws you can ask for here. But I don't know if there's a draw. I don't know if there's a combination of cards in his deck that actually get him out of this. Probably Stasis. Stasis is the one card he wants to draw here more than anything else.
Dark Ritual. Dark Ritual.
Yes.
Damnation.
All right.
You got 2 mana left over? 1 mana left over?
1.
Sensei's Divining Top. That's the draw.
All right, guys. So we are looking, and it does not appear Greg has drawn that exact combination of cards. Stunning, I know, to many of you, but turns out you didn't get there. He has Green Sun Zenith and another Brainstorm. He's probably going to Zenith here, if for nothing else than to just shuffle away the crappy cards on top of his library.
Cardoso, he had already used the Scrib Ranger for the turn. They're talking about card casting Force at Will.
Yeah,
asking that question.
Yes, he could not have done that.
Yeah, he had definitely done it. Mark, do you guys like Madness? Wild Marngrow, Basking, and Friends.
I love those cards. that old constructed deck was great for the Green Madness.
I would like to see them bring Madness back. I don't think there ever will.
It's a mechanic. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not. I don't think it's inherently broken.
No.
I think it led to at least a lot of complexity, which I liked, but some people didn't. Maybe didn't like as much. What are you looking at?
Is it Queen Dryad?
Quagmire Druid.
I was like, that's not right.
There are no Quagmire Druids anywhere on the battlefield. Oh my goodness! I have to stop. Jesus.
There we go.
All right. Yes. After the next attack, Greg just gonna scoop him up. There's no way he's gonna be able to get through all those tokens. So that was a nice one. That young pyromancer did work.
You mean that Quartage around rain Dryad?
You mean Quagmire Druid, whatever that card is? I've never seen that card before. But no, Kyrian Ranger. As we said, so the combo, so to speak, in Greg's deck is taking Stasis and putting in either Kyrian Ranger or Scrib Ranger. He gets to bounce a tropical island, ideally, as his forest and untap Dryad Arbor, and then he can just pay for. He'll always untap land to pay for Stasis.
Oh, here's another fun question. What's the most playable theme/event deck?
The most playable? I mean,
well, I guess it depends on in a competitive format or or just fun to play.
Well, I think talking about playability as far as casual. Like a casual deck goes is really not helpful. I think as far as competitiveness, you have something like do you remember so when in standard when Stoneforge Mystic and Jace got banned, this is in Caw-Blade Standard.
Yes.
They had just printed an event deck with Stoneforge Mystic in it, and I think it has 1 or 2 copies of it. And they made it so since the event deck had come out before the bannings, you could still play Stoneforge Mystic as long as it was only in that event deck. You had to play the exact
That's
event
right. I
deck.
remember that.
So I think that's probably the best one. It has Stoneforge Mystic in it. That card's banned.
It's good things.
Yeah, because I remember I thought that was just the funniest caveat I've ever seen. As far as just a bannings go, I've never seen anything like that before. It's no. It's banned. Except just play this deck. This deck's fine. And I knew people who played it. There were people who were just I want to play Stoneforge Mystic. So they played this deck that you would like Stoneforge Mystic for Flayer Husk.
Yeah. I know. I remember that. I do remember that now.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
I mean, you weren't sitting there Stoneforge Mysticing for broken cards like Battle Skull or Sword of Warring.
Oh yeah, the Rats deck that had Uzumazama's Jitte.
Oh my goodness, that sounds pretty good.
Oh, were you not around during that time?
I had just come back to Magic.
Okay. All right.
I do remember that though. Because I took a break from Mercadian Masks to Mirrodin block, Mirrodin Kamigawa. I came back during that standard, Affinity Standard.
Okay.
And because I remember I went to the after Saviors came out, I went to the original Ravnica pre-release and all that stuff. When they still did the regional pre-releases.
Yes.
The crazy 500 person ones that were out in the suburbs. Oh, they were.
Sometimes you got suburbs. And,
yeah.
So Scholastus, yes. Quagmire Druid, Legacy All-Star. Glad you know.
Quagmire Druid.
Crimson, what's going on?
Oh my goodness.
Infirma Kakarargar. We always stream on Mondays.
Yeah, we
Mondays
do.
is one of our legacy nights.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Axel Strife. Maybe it is. Maybe. Yeah. If you took them together.
I will say, Once and Forever King, I don't think he's playing a Delver deck. I mean, the thing that pushes me away from Delver is his curve looks a bit too high.
I don't think. I mean, Zinni, when he came down earlier, said that he saw 0 Delvers.
Yeah, I mean, he's playing Jace the Mind Sculptor, Snapcaster Mage. I think it's just it's pretty similar to the deck that I think it was Eli Cassis top 16 New Jersey with. It's just like a Grixis value deck basically. It's just it plays Young Pyromancers, it's Threat, Snapcaster Mage. The original deck had Treasure Cruise, but obviously you can't play that anymore.
Fuck it, just play it.
Yeah, all right. But an interesting stance.
Only in this deck.
Yes. But it just plays Dig Through Time, Planeswalkers. I know the original list definitely had Dak Faden in it. Yeah. So it looks like he does have a light green splash for Abrupt Decay. I see in his hand. I didn't see Death Art Shaman, so I'm not sure if he's playing it. But it would not surprise me in the slightest. That card's obviously broken.
And Horizon, yeah, if you ever come, you play Madness, I'll put you on camera.
I'd be thrilled.
Fuck it.
I'll talk about it.
Will you?
Yeah.
Yeah?
All right, so we got Pino turn 1, Noble Hierarch. Probably about as good as he wants, as good as it gets for the starts for his deck. And especially with Ian not having the Bolt, gets to survive this turn.
Stasis, jam it. Oh, he's got 2 Stasises in hand. And he's got a Ranger.
Ooh, this is Kyrian Ranger, actually a really good card here. Whenever you're on one land, Kyrian Ranger is perfect. Does he have Exploration in his hand?
Yes, he does.
I didn't even know he played Exploration.
I didn't either. I don't know why.
So he's going to tap Noble Hierarch for mana, activate Kyrian Ranger, which will untap the Noble Hierarch.
Oh boy, Stasis coming down this turn.
Land for turn.
Oh.
And I'd be interested to see if he just plays a turn 2
Jam
Stasis
it.
here. I mean,
He can.
Yeah.
There's no downside, and he's still going to be making 2 mana.
I love the idea that there's no downside.
There's no downside.
Nothing
No,
can
no.
go wrong.
Well, he's got a second one, so I mean, like even if he baits like a Force out or something or a counter spell out of Ian, like he's just golden.
Yeah,
Why not?
There's a Stasis, and Ian is just forced to react here. Got to read this Stasis. How does this ruin my day? That's what you have to think when you read Stasis.
And so how he's doing this is he tapped the Noble Hierarch for a mana, so he was playing around days as well.
Yeah, it's perfect. And especially because like now this leaves his Noble Hierarch untapped, so he could just pay for the Stasis on his upkeep with it.
Yes.
It's pretty great that just having one land is perfect. Having one land to go with this the Stasis.
I like this. All right.
All right, so here's him paying for the Stasis, and then he's just gonna untap the Kyrian Ranger with Noble Hierarch.
Yeah.
It costs blue. Is it?
It's just blue. Stasis
Okay, that's what I thought.
is
Yeah,
a single blue.
Yes. So he floated a mana first, just in case.
Yes.
It looks like he's got Exploration. I don't think he has a second land still.
I don't think so either. So, and this is gonna stink a little bit for Ian because does he just play the second Stasis? Oh, okay.
No.
He should. If he did though, it would have been.
Oh my god, that is a divert. That is definitely a divert. Oh my god. This is one of my favorite cards in Legacy. Oh my goodness.
Something tells me that Exploration's biting the dust. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right.
So wow.
Oh
Wow.
God.
So okay,
yes.
Divert is awesome because you almost never see someone play it, but when you do, it is a massive blowout. It is. I mean, okay. Maybe that's overestimating things, but that was just beautiful. Like
It was.
Like Abrupt Decay, obviously, incredibly common card in Legacy. It's basically your sort of like get out of jail free card for a lot of really annoying effects. But having things like Divert and it being uncounterable tends to be a pretty big issue. But Divert, not countering it, just shifting it over a little.
Oh yeah. And Greg also has a Scrib Ranger in hand as well.
Yeah.
It's sweet Quarian Ranger beats going on.
That's an attack for 2 right there.
2?
Exalted.
Oh! Look at that.
The funny part is that now his Kyrian Ranger doesn't untap. He has to target his Kyrian.
But with the Scrib Ranger, I don't think he really cares.
Yeah. Right, so thankfully, Ian doing one of the important things in this scenario, which is hitting his land drops. But I think he just needs to find another Abrupt Decay to even have a shot here.
100%.
I mean, I'm assuming he also has blast effects. Like he might have like a Pyroblast or something, which is another way to get out from under this. In which case, I think I would have wanted to tap the Underground Sea. But looks like he's just going to see a bunch of blanks, including a Lightning Bolt. Like, Bolt would be interesting, but he doesn't have any red mana right now. And he's just going to shuffle looking probably for either a Decay or a Pyroblast.
Very much, yeah. And then One Pencil, thank you for following.
Yeah.
Much appreciated. Now, if he does Bolt the Ranger, that does get a little interesting. Granted, we know that Pino's got a Scrib Ranger in hand, so it's not doing a ton.
Right,
We keep talking about Scrib Ranger. Let me bring it up.
And Ian gonna pay life and probe Greg here. Show Greg's hand of two Scrib Rangers, another Stasis, and a Ral Zarek. So Scrib Ranger is great. Like this was like when in Time Spiral they just took a bunch of cards and just sort of glued them together, which I thought was awesome. Time Spiral was weird because it sort of felt like an entire set. Like if you hadn't been playing Magic very long, it was like a giant inside joke. But I know it's a very like popular set among a lot of people who've been playing for a long time. But Scrib Ranger, it takes the untap from Kyrian Ranger, does a similar sort of thing, and the Scrib part is from Scrib Sprites, which was a just flying fairy from I think
It
like,
had
Alliances.
Pro Blue, right?
I don't even think it.
Oh no.
It might have. I don't know.
Okay.
We can possibly look that up, but I'm really enjoying what's going on here.
Let's see.
Which of these? Oh my god.
Which of these should everybody? Max, I'm gonna go with Skull Clamp. I'm gonna answer for Phil. Does Scott know what you're doing?
Scott, yeah, Scott. For those wondering, is my dad. And I don't know. Maybe he does. He might know what I'm doing. I haven't thought about it. So Ian just making his land drops, and Greg just gonna sit there, keep paying for stasis. Jeez, that's annoying to say. And getting in there for 2. So Ian going to 12.
Hey, don't touch me.
Okay. Looks like Ian just has a pile of reactive cards. He could. This is kind of fun. He could ambush the Kyrian Ranger with that Vendilion Click, which is pretty relevant. All right, so it looks like he's not going to do anything this turn. Activate Kyrian Ranger, untapping it, and attack for 2.
I almost like that play though.
I mean, killing the Kyrian Ranger is very relevant. I think, and Greg not even willing to, send out a Scrib Ranger at any point here. He's just content to just sit there behind his stasis.
Yeah. I mean, why not?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he's just even going to discard a hand size, just pitching one of those Scrib Rangers. Looks like he has Jace, another Kyrian Ranger, and a Force.
If Pino finds some more land, there's going to be shit happening.
I'm still in shock about how amazing that divert was. That was an incredible divert.
All right, so Ian going down to 9 here.
Fetching.
Little fetch to fetch.
Fetch to fetch. He's getting a Volk. Do you think that means he's going to play Young Pyromancer? Could play Young Pyromancer. Could play Lightning Bolt. I would be surprised if his deck has more than a couple Volcanics in it. Yeah, he's just going to Lightning Bolt the Noble Hierarch.
Ruh-roh.
Notice that this time he has played around Divert. There is 2 mana available. I will not have that redirected. Although it being redirected is not the worst. And Pino going to Force of Will here, and I would be surprised if Ian didn't just Force back. Those Force of Wills aren't going to be doing much anyways. Yep. And Ian going to go to 8 here, forcing back.
Hey, this is a good clock. All right.
I mean, look at this. This is a nice stack here. And I don't think Greg has too many other choices here.
Oh, he does. Monstrous growth.
He's that would be pretty impressive.
Mutagenic growth? Mutagenic
Yeah,
growth.
there we
God
go.
damn it. Well, monstrous growth would work too.
I think
He
so.
would just be tapped out.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
true.
that might not end well.
No. All right, so Greg just going to float a mana. I think, yeah, it looks like he's just going to pay for the stasis, draw for turn. Still doesn't seem like he's hit the land. I don't know what he's drawn today. It looks like he's going to activate Kyrian Ranger targeting itself, play the land. And you might just attack. You can play the second Kyrian Ranger.
I also enjoy that Greg just has not flipped his cards.
No, they're still upside down, mixed between upside down and normal size. All right, he's going to attack for 1 here.
YOLO.
I mean, he's pretty close to just killing Ian, and Ian only has,
I mean, Ian's still got 7 turns. I think he's all right for a little
he's
bit.
got a little bit. I mean, he's got to draw. I don't think he has another removal spell.
Yeah. Viral Agent, thank you for following. Much appreciated.
And he still isn't able to interact
Ooh,
with this.
there's no land.
I think actually Ian might have. I mean, this is a very weird strategy to be playing against, but I think if I were Ian, I would have gone to kill the Kyrian Ranger and not killed the Noble Hierarch. Just because the Kyrian Ranger is what's letting him bounce that land every turn. It's sort of netting him that blue mana he needs.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I could see because Ian knew what was in Pino's hand to some degree. So, all right, yeah, this is backbreaking.
Yeah, this is excellent. You have your Noble Hierarch, and then he's going to activate Kyrian Ranger on tapping itself and pass.
Yeah. Okay. Just passing the land.
Yep, and Ian gonna draw. See, there's Pyroblast. I don't know if he has. I don't know his exact deck list, so he may or may not have another red land in his deck.
Yeah.
In which case, he's kind of in a world of trouble. It looks like he's just playing 4-color, like a 4-color deck with like basically Grixis with like a little bit of green in there.
Little green, little.
Because he's shown us 2 green lands at this point.
I wish I could do a capital G for Grixis, but it already is a capital G.
Yeah, so you
see
did capital G the
Yeah,
Grixis.
you see what I'm doing there?
It's pretty adorable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate it. WUBRGxyz.
Oh, I thought he was failing to find for a second.
No.
And
I think he was just contemplating if he has an. Okay, he does. He has a 3rd volcanic, which is really important here. And so now he's going to be able to remove this stasis. Downside is Greg's got a backup. I think at this point Ian's been holding a Cabal Therapy for a long time. He could just Cabal Therapy away that stasis and actually deal with it. He's going to let Greg take his turn, so he has to still operate under the stasis for at least 1 more turn. And attack for 2. So Ian going to go to 4 here. There we go.
got it.
Perfect. Activate Curian Ranger, untapping Noble Hierarch. And it looks like Ian's going to take this point to Pyroblast. Interesting point to do this. I think maybe you could just wait till the end step. I'm not quite sure what he's playing around with this exact timing. And Greg's just going to let it resolve. I think he's just going to play the other stasis.
Yeah. So, I mean, maybe Ian's thinking that Greg doesn't have another stasis since we saw him pitch one.
He knows. He saw him pitch one to Force of Will?
Discard a hand says, I thought.
No,
nope, never mind. Not in the art, so you just know Greg doesn't care?
I guess not. I mean, Ian still has the Cabal Therapy, so he could just get rid of it. That might have actually been on the end step, but I'm not sure. Yeah, he's going to Therapy right here.
Okay.
Probably naming Stasis, I'd imagine.
This is where he flashed stasis in.
That would be pretty impressive.
Yeah.
And looks like he named... Alright, so what is... I'm not sure what the communication is going here. Looks like he missed.
Really?
Maybe he named Force of Will.
Okay. Alright. Then you bring in... Can you search and purposely fail to find? Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what people do. Like Price Progress is the perfect example. If you want to just like if you have a fetch land, that situation. You have 2 basics and a fetch, and they cast Price, and you just want to take 1 less damage. You could just fetch and not get a land. Anytime you go into a hidden zone, you can fail to find, and the library is the perfect example of that.
Yeah.
So look like that is a Marsh Casualties. Let's pull up Marsh Casualties.
All right, we can do that. I'll pull up a little Marcia.
Grand Fly. Can you look at the cards without looking at the cards? No, you always have to look at the cards. Always.
Why the keyboard laggy? I hate it. Marsh Casualties.
Often a sideboard card for other like young Pyromancer type decks, and for maybe this often comes in against elf decks. But
you know a little bit about that.
Yeah, I do. It gets a nice little 2 for 1. So Greg just gonna flash on the Scrib Ranger end step.
Yeah. Well, he floats the mana from the. It's not the end step.
It's not. Wasn't no? It
would
was.
have.
Oh, sorry. It was in the same phase. Yeah,
yes,
yeah. And Ian gonna play Young Pyromancer. I think his sequencing was a little off this turn. I think he would have just. I would have played the Pyromancer first, and you would have ended up with a couple extra tokens.
Maybe he misread Marsh Casualties a little bit.
That's possible. I think it's just a misunderstanding. This is especially awkward because if he had sequenced this a little bit differently, he would just get the sort of the good interaction that goes along with Cabal Therapy plus Young Pyromancer. That is, you sack a token, and then you immediately get another token.
Yes,
it's free, the flashback.
Yeah.
He does not get that token. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I don't see
because
the Pyromancer's not in play.
It's not in play.
Yeah. The Scrib Ranger does not die because he cast it after the spell resolved. The -1/-1 does not stay into play for like the rest of the turn. It just happens at that point. All right, so Greg here trying to figure out what to do. He plays a Curian Ranger for turn and gets to attack for 1. And this is pretty scary. This Curian Ranger could just go all the way here. Yeah, I think they're just trying to figure out exactly what went on here. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. So the reason this doesn't work out the way Ian thinks, as a part of the cost of flashing back Cabal Therapy, you have to sacrifice a creature. So by the time it goes in the stack, his Young Pyromancer's in the graveyard, so he will not get the trigger. All right, so Ian going to draw for turn. I'm going to play a Brainstorm. Hit land, counterspell, land. This counterspell's not really all that great right here. Yeah, we can see that he's playing like a pretty, it looks to be a Grixis control deck with Young Pyromancer. Putting 2 lands back. And then playing another Marsh Casualties. Wow. 2 copies of Marsh Casualties. That is very hateful. And Greg going to have to put his guys in the graveyard. Leaving him with just not a lot of action.
Okay. Yeah, so it's part of the cost. So the spell is
Yeah.
Shut up, Phil.
I explain. Alright, so Greg going to draw for turn. Ian cast a second Marsh Casualties.
All right.
Yeah. And, oof. This is perfect. End step dig through time.
Oh. And Elves is undefeated, so we will be getting Owls on.
Woohoo!
And that'll be a meaningful match.
I'm glad. I'm glad about both of those things.
Oh, and then Bizarre, thank you for following. Much appreciated.
Yeah, thank you. Did you get Viral Agent XTC?
I did get Viral.
All right. Thank you. All right, so Ian, we're going to resolve this. Dig through time. I didn't quite see what he got off of it, but it looks like he has another dig, an Abrupt Decay. Interesting that he chose Abrupt Decay. I think he's just playing around future stasises, but both the threats in Greg's hand are 4-mana spells, 4-mana planeswalkers that are going to be pretty frustrating. All right, Greg going to end step fetch for Dryad Arbor. I wonder if he's just going to try and peck away, or if he's going to try and resolve one of these 4-drops. What do you think?
I think you have to try to force a 4-drop out, right?
Yeah. It looks like still on the end step, Ian going to flash a Snapcaster Mage and Lightning Bolt. That,
okay. So that answers that question.
Yes.
Thank you. The mouse. Guys, Google Express works.
Woo! Wait, what is it?
I ordered a mouse at like 4 o'clock today, and they were like, it'll be delivered from between 6 and 10.
Wow.
And I was like, let me put in a random address. Yeah.
Wow.
What has it?
I mean, it only has Chicagoland games on it, so I didn't know who it was for.
Oh.
All right, so it looks like
Fair enough.
Ian gonna cast that second dig. Sees a bunch of Pyromancers here. He's gonna take 2 of them. And just try and generate as much value and kill Greg as quickly as possible. Greg just on 3 cards in hand, and he knows 2 of them are Planeswalkers, which aren't great in the face of Young Pyromancer. And he drew Lightning Bolt for turn.
So Ian might be coming back from this.
Ian's hand is
in a big way.
Ian's hand is pretty well positioned right now. He has a couple copies of Counterspell to deal with these 4-drops. So, oh yeah, he's just gonna play both Pyromancers and attack for 2. So Ian, after stumbling for a bit and going to 3 here, seems to have wrested control of the game away from Greg.
Also, fun fact: that's the sound that Snapcaster Mage makes when it attacks.
It's very primal and a little worrisome, honestly.
Yeah.
All right, so Greg gonna fetch here down to 13. I think he's just gonna have to jam one of these 4-drops. You really don't have much more time to wait.
Probably Raltarek. Just to be able to like kill things.
Yeah. I just noticed that Greg is playing Scalding Tarn in his deck. Kind of awkward to be playing Scalding Tark in your Dryad Arbor deck. I think I would try and get as many green fetches as possible.
True. Yeah, and it's going to be, and that's a counterspell.
Yeah.
Trigger.
Yeah, and with another counterspell in his hand, this game is all but over for Greg. Yep, draws a copy of Jace. So Ian just going to get in here for 8. And just have lethal next turn. He doesn't even need to cast any of the spells in his hand. He has Counterspell. He has Force of Will with a blue card that's not Counterspell. He's got it locked. He even has the Lightning Bolt.
I would be salty. Hippodactyl would also be salty.
I mean,
2 Marsh Casualties and then double dig.
That's a lot of Marsh casualties.
And Delrosin, thank you for following. And Dawned Eclipsing one.
Dawned Eclipse.
No,
that one wasn't even hard.
I know. I like the Dawned Eclipsing one.
Ooh, looks like.
Thank you for following.
Yes,
as well.
thank you. Looks like Greg really with no options here. I mean, he has Jace and he has Flusterstorm. So yeah, even the Flusterstorm backup doesn't let him resolve this Jace, and it doesn't do much in the face of this lethal.
Also, Greg's just at 5 as well. So
yeah, that's game.
Womp womp.
Yeah, so sort of seeing all the so a lot of the issues that are always there with stasis. Like you have a reasonably powerful lock, but it's not terribly difficult if your opponent hits the land drops to fight out of it.
Yeah.
Considering the stasis is cheap, it gets red blasted. You know, there are a lot of things that interact favorably with it.
Yes, and thank you for following.
Yeah, sorry, that one was actually difficult to pronounce. So I'll give you some credit for garbled mouth noise. Whatever that is.
That's I think how you speak English.
Okay, yeah, I didn't consider that.
And so when I was up there, everybody, because I was kind of scouting, because I figured this game, but yeah, I just speak at all in the last like 30 seconds?
I'm sorry.
I had a mild stroke.
Mark just had a mild case of Tourette's right there.
Oh god,
that was out of the blue.
Anyway, I don't think that there's going to be
Another match
for this round.
Okay. I mean, we only have a few minutes left.
Yeah, but we will have elves on camera next
Sweet.
round
Yeah,
versus I don't know who, but they're going to be the two of the undefeated players.
Yeah.
And hot piece of sass. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's filling a bottle.
In a bottle. It looks like they're
Thank
streaming
you
in
for following.
We're not in a box factory. This is actually a backdrop. We bring this with us.
This could be a box factory.
It could be.
Like if we no.
They're all sealed. Every single one of these is sealed.
That's suggestive.
We're in a, put your boxes away, sir. Sir, the boxes.
No, I'm gonna make a box because we're in a box factory.
Streaming live to you from Chicagoland Games / Box Factory. It's fantastic. Yeah, just a little bit.
You know what I feel like? I feel like a rubber balloon maker guy.
A rubber balloon maker guy. Is that the official title?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think that's rubber balloon maker artist, except I do it with boxes.
And here we have our first box on camera.
Yeah. I think it's 250 card count? 200.
200 count.
You could jam an extra 50 in there.
Grade A box right here.
Jam an extra 50.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure.
Yes, as Grandfly says, that's actually not a box. That was all green screened. It was all fake. We have amazing technology here.
It's true. My brother has a green screen.
Does he?
Yeah. He does some pretty cool stuff. Sometimes he flies through space. I don't know. His stream's pretty fun.
Nice. One time I got to be in front of a green screen with David Gleischer, and we got to be in a vortex. We were stuck in hell. It was crazy. It was I was instructed not to wear green.
I also saw. I've also seen Garrick hunt David Gleischer down. I think he was killed on the toilet.
Yeah, he was.
I think David Gleischer was killed on the toilet by Garrick. Leprechaun, thank you for joining us. Let's see. What are you, crazy? Why would you be playing Magic in a box factory? It's clearly a box warehouse. It's true.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for the correction, guys. We don't want to lead you down.
Shanker, always getting there.
Happening.
Flashing some teeth. We love looking at your face right now. Did I say something about that?
Just continue. Just keep going. Calm down. Vortex of Litter. Yeah, there's the YouTube link. That's it.
Yeah.
We've got some time.
Oh, because I keep forgetting that fucking Grandfly is David Gleischer.
Oh no, that's Mystery Man David Gleischer.
Yeah.
You know what we should do? We should talk about spoilers.
Should we?
Let's see. I want to see what any new ones that came out today.
All right. I can do little spoilers. There's going to be some weird shit going on right there. Facebook and Gatherer.
Sorry, guys. A bit strange.
What do we want to use? Mythic spoiler?
Yeah.
Mythic. Nope. Myth. Got it.
For those wondering, Mark cannot type, and yet works in computers all day. All right. So what's new?
I don't know.
Any new spoilers today?
Is this guy new?
No, I think we've seen this guy before. I
haven't looked in today.
Oh, this is new. Let's go. Let's put this one on screen. The red black command.
Oh god, it won't go. Oh. There we go.
So let's see. It's return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Target player discards a card.
Poop.
Shatter, destroy target artifact. Or shock, deal 2 damage to target creature or player.
I don't know how relevant any of those are going to be.
So a lot of these commands have been
shitty.
I don't want to say shitty because I don't think that's true. First of all, it's more that they've been like, when you tend to print cards with lots of options, they tend to be a little more expensive than you're going to get because you're getting more than one thing. Like this is like an overpriced shock, an overpriced disentomb, an overpriced
All right.
shatter. It's all those things that
Yeah,
are going together.
but compare this.
Yep.
Compare this to his green-red cousin over here.
Oh, okay. Yes.
And
The difference is stark.
Yes.
I think the green-red one thus far is by far the best one.
yeah, I will. Do you think Lance plays that?
Lands? I don't think this is a legacy playable card.
I don't know, because it gives them. Oh, okay, never mind. I read that wrong.
Yeah, it's
I
not.
read that give creatures you control.
Yeah. I think it's not like.
All right, fair enough.
It's basically worse than explore. I think, but
maybe.
I think it's going to be very good in standard.
Slummagar's command.
Yeah, the blue-black one it's really expensive.
Oh, nope. Really wants to be the green-red one.
Apparently, jeez. I think the
Oh,
all right, like take the mouse away from this guy. The blue-black one's interesting. Like, so it's
how?
what is wrong with you?
I'm not.
Can you calm down? All right. Yeah, the blue-black one, like,
I did it. We're
so
good.
all right. So like things to note, like killing the fact that it could just be like kill your planeswalker, kill your like goblin rabblemaster or something like that is like pretty awesome. But not killing, like the fact that it's 5 mana and it doesn't kill any of the like really annoying big problematic creatures is really awkward.
I'd like to see Agony Warp.
Yeah, I love Agony
I love
Warp.
me some Agony Warp.
Agony Warp was just so sweet. You just had so many really, I mean, like, to be fair, you just mostly had awesome blowouts with the card whenever you played it.
That deserves to be brought up.
Yeah, Agony Warp is awesome.
We'll talk about things that we prefer.
Yeah, this is just a great card.
Yeah.
I mean, instead they are reprinting Ultimate Price though. Did you see that?
I did see that. I heard them talking about that on stream.
Yeah, I mean, Ultimate Price, like, it's not, once again, you have the same sort of issue when it was legal before, where it kills a lot of relevant things, and then it, like, doesn't kill a lot of other relevant things. Most importantly, it doesn't kill Siege Rhino. Not killing Siege Rhino is awkward. Like, it's probably, Siege Rhino is probably the best or second best creature in
Alright,
Standard, behind, like, Rabblemaster, but it does kill that. Yes, Mark? What do you think? What are you thinking right now? I don't like this.
I'm trying to figure out a way to kill. All right, turn to frog. Shoot it. Done.
Why not? Like, there's so much work when you have, like, a turn to frog. It's like, they attack, you turn to frog it, block.
Nope.
Like,
No.
We need to turn to frog it, and then Ultimate Price.
Got it. Broke the format.
This is
Broke the format.
Standard expert, Mark McMahon.
Is turn to frog even in standard?
No.
Okay.
No, it is not.
Was it M14 was the last printed?
I think
Is
so.
that? Okay.
M14.
Don Eclipse of One. Thank you we like you too.
Yeah.
For tuning in.
Yeah, love seeing people tune in.
And 5 Speedia, maybe. I'm still hurting for making all the t-shirts. That I think Bob is the only person to actually buy a t-shirt.
Really?
Yeah.
I think more people will buy them. We're getting bigger. We're getting more popular.
Buy the t-shirts!
Yeah.
They're good price. I think $23 shipped is what the cost ended up being.
It's fine.
And they're good t-shirts.
It's a good price.
You felt it.
I have felt it.
Felt mine. It's similar.
Wait, this isn't the shirt at all.
Gotcha!
I do have the shirt though. It's a good shirt.
Let's see.
It wasn't M15? Oh, I'm just crazy? Turn to frog. Type in turn. Quick.
Turn.
To...
Frog. Ha! It wasn't 15.
I'm an idiot. Wow, you
So
were
it's
right.
legal.
So it turns out I don't know anything.
Boom!
Yeah, turn to frog in standard. So for your standard legal combos, turn to frog a Siege Rhino Ultimate Price at game. It's great.
Oh my god.
We've looked at some new cards, Grand Fly. Let's look at some more new cards. I want to look at more new cards. Let's look at... I think there was some crazy card... Oh, wait. I want to find it. This one. This
What
card.
does it do?
I'm pulling up the Japanese version of it. The Japanese version of this
Well,
card.
we'll just kind of read it.
Yeah, I will read it out loud. When Hedonist Trove enters the battlefield, exile all cards in target opponent's graveyard. You may play land cards exiled by Hedonist Trove. Once per turn, you may cast a non-land card exiled by Hedonist Trove. So you just take their whole yard.
For 7 mana, though.
Yeah, it is an enchantment for those wondering. Here's the thing, like this is kind of a haymaker. Like, say you're playing a big control mirror, and like a lot of the control mirrors in standard, you have like a million counter spells, so you just sit there just like exchanging resources back and forth.
Yeah.
But if you are able to force through this card, you just win on the spot. I'm not trying to Evan Irwin this card and like make it like, oh, look at this card right here. It's the best card I ever seen.
You're going to hillbilly.
To hillbilly. He's got a pretty hillbilly accent.
No, but he's got like the southern effeminate hillbilly.
Give
going on.
me your Evan Irwin.
I can.
Okay.
I'm terrible at the southern effeminate. Like I can bust out my North Carolina accent again, but it's not going to be.
No, we got to keep it under control here.
I mean,
strictly Chicago accent.
Dow Bears.
Yeah, that's the one. That's what everyone in Chicago sounds like. I sound like that.
I know.
No?
You just kill your accent. That's what I did.
I work on it.
It only comes out when I drink.
All right, let's see what else we got here.
And I'm gonna go run up and just check to see where everybody is on the rounds. So I'll be right back.
All right. Ooh, I saw this hate card printed today. This hate card's sweet. Oh man, I'm excited. This is such a rude card for every single heroic deck. Like how? Oh my goodness! Target opponent selects green or white creature. If that player does, he or she loses 2 life. Like this is just absolutely disgustingly rude for heroic strategies. I mean, it's even pretty good against mid-range green decks. Like think of like Abzan aggro. Like Abzan aggro, every single creature in their deck is green or white, with the exception of Tasigur, and just having a 2-mana removal spell is pretty excellent. I mean, obviously giving them a choice isn't great, but we've seen before in previous standards that having a 2-mana edict has just been helpful alone for being cheap, and that's great. Obviously, it is, it being green or white means that you can't really main deck this card. Like, I can't imagine having this card in my main deck and, like, holding it up for removal instead of Bile Blight. Someone plays, like, a Goblin Rabblemaster and you get blown out. But I like what's going on. Hello, everybody, and welcome. Hello, everybody, and welcome. I can't do it. I'm not going to do any more Evan Irwin impressions. I don't have his enthusiasm. It's just not there. Let's see if we get any more sweet spoilers here. Oh, okay, so I guess they have a whole cycle of, like, uncommon hate cards. Let's see this one. Destroy target black or red creature. Solo Asteroid, thank you for following. Destroy target black or red creature. That's attacking or blocking. You gain 2 life. Okay. So this is alright. This is like a fine card. I mean, black or red are not, like, the best colors to be focusing on as far as hate. Obviously it gets Siege Rhino, like Rakshasa, Death Dealer, and Anafenza, like a few of the Abzan creatures. But it seems a little more narrow. This does get Rabblemaster, but I mean, you could potentially take quite a bit of damage. They can also just not attack with Rabblemaster. Like, once this is in standard, like, if they know you have Surge of Righteousness, they'll just, attack with Goblins every turn and just never attack with Rabblemaster. And that's maybe not a great way to deal with that. Yeah, destroying a Rabblemaster token. That's not what I want to be doing with my 2 mana. Let's see this is the blue one. Flash. Enchant red or green creature. When it enters the battlefield, tap enchanted creature. It doesn't untap during its controller's untap step. Alright, so another card that is, again, okay against Siege Rhino type cards, but not good. Fine against green cards, not good against red cards. And even then, it's not that good against the green cards. Like, this is not ideal against Courser of Krufix. Letting them just still gain value is really not that exciting. Taking care of Siege Rhino is okay. Like, they still get the trigger. I mean, I guess none of these have been counter spells, but this one I'm not crazy about. I also don't love that it's an enchantment that can be removed at some point. I don't know, like, not too many decks are main decking enchantment removal, but stuff like Utter End can deal with it. Yeah, Celestial Purge would be pretty amazing in this format. I think Celestial Purge would be very scary, in fact. Quite a bit more powerful. I mean, that kills, like, almost every relevant threat out of these Abzan decks, with the exception... I guess not every relevant threat. It just deals with, like, Sorin, Siege Rhino, every card in Abzan aggro, basically. Goblin Rabblemaster. It doesn't get Stormwrath Dragon. Still seems very powerful. I didn't look at the green one yet. Let's look at the green one. So, Display of Dominance. Destroy target blue or black non-creature permanent. Wow. Permanents you control can't be the targets of blue or black spells your opponents control this turn. Okay. Wow. This is interesting. So, it's just 2 mana, Doomblade and Ashiok. So your green decks can kill Ashiok, which is actually kind of important. Like, if Ashiok gets... Ashiok has been really insane versus a lot of the green decks in Standard. And just being able to kill it for 2 mana in your green deck, you don't even need to play black, seems pretty powerful. And, looks like we have pairings for the next round. Simon and Zini. All right. Careful, Bob. All right. Sorry, we just got pairings for the next round. I think we're going to be seeing Simon Camero playing Elves and Anthony Zini playing Esper Stoneblade, which will be nice. I'm excited to see that. This is a really fun matchup.
Elves versus
Esper Stoneblade.
something blade.
Yes. Blade.
I'm just gonna.
What? Just be here? Excuse me. Excuse me, guys. Technical mark difficulties.
It's true. What is this? Display of dominance?
Yeah. This card's kind of sweet.
Blue or black? Non-creature permanent.
Yeah.
Permanent you control can't be the.
Just like
I don't hate that.
it counters. It counter. I mean, like it's counter removal spell.
The problem is
Yeah.
that fairies is in the deck.
I mean, I wish it was. Fairies is cool. I mean, we got Thoughtseize. That's basically fairies, right?
Sure.
Sure. They'll just reprint Cryptic Command.
Let me just. I'm gonna bring this back real quick. Boom. All right.
All right.
That's all I gotta say.
Should we go to the match?
No. Just turn the frog and us.
Yeah, just us and frogs.
All right.
Simon on the right.
So we got what? Esper Stoneblade?
Yes.
Esper Stoneblade. I can spell that right. Fuck you. I knew you were gonna say something.
I didn't say anything. Anthony Nzini.
It is bad that my entire career is computers and like I just like
You work hard, all right.
for the money. Elvers. I give up. Fuck it.
All right, so Mark has lost keyboard privileges. Elvers. I've never heard of that one. Goodbye, Mark. Fantastic. All right, let's change. I gotta fix a few more of these things. Stuff. If they're both. Oh my God, I have to change so many things. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna be quiet here for a second while I get this set up correctly. Oh, jeez. And then... Nope. There we go. Alright, I did it. I set it up. That took some work. Elver of Secrets. It's a powerful deck. Yeah, it's actually just Elves / Delver. It's not that. I'm stopping. I will definitely say it's not that. Alright, so we got this is traditionally I felt pretty good about.
Heard that. That was like surround sound.
That was weird. Yes, they're like directly above us. So that die that fell down, we got to listen. We got to listen to the sweet sounds of die on ground.
So do Zinni and I have the same watch? No, I've got a basis peak. Zinni's got some sort of time watch thing.
Looks like both players mulliganing here.
Oh no, that watch. I don't know what that watch is, but no, that's we do have two different watches.
Didn't they announce like a new Apple Watch today or something like that?
Yeah, people were watching it in my office, but I actually had work to do.
Crazy.
So
So instead of watching a thing, you just did work.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But I do know that I don't know. Supposedly they fixed the battery life from 4 hours to 18 hours of active use. I don't believe that.
18 hours?
Because
That's
it's
really long.
of active use, so like
Yeah.
app use.
Yeah, that's crazy to
with
me.
a Retina screen and like a fucking A5 processor in there, like
It doesn't make sense
I
to
don't
me.
believe. I do not believe.
Yeah.
But kudos to them if they did it. I'm gonna wait for reviews and shit to start coming out before I do anything. Did you get Solo Asteroid?
I did.
You got Asteroid?
Asteroid. All right, so both players looking at their 6 here. Xenius is interesting. Looks like he's got his one land is Underground Sea, but he has Ponder and Brainstorm and 2 Thoughtseize as well as a counter spell.
So I ran into this Monday with you.
Do you think that's a keep?
Yes, because he kept it. I did not actually see it.
Lovely. Simon keeping a hand I would definitely keep, but not one I'm excited to keep. He's got the fabled combo of
In hand.
Dryad Arbor and Gaia's Cradle.
Yes.
Oh God, does that feel bad to have in your hand together?
Yeah, that's good.
I mean, yeah, it's 2 mana.
Well, he doesn't need to use boom, and you get a boom.
I'd consider that, yes.
Yeah.
So Zini taking, of course, the card that Simon can cast, at least in any reasonable time frame. Looks like Simon just drew a land for turn.
Yeah, and so you just lead with Dryad Arbor.
Yep.
I'm all right with this.
And Zini drawing a land, which is pretty excellent here. I think he might just Thoughtseize the natural order right now, just to get it out of there. But it's not really doing a ton. Yeah, he's just gonna Thoughtseize again, and sees that Simon just drew another wooded foothills for turn.
Yeah. Simon really getting aggressive against Zinni here. Already putting him down to 16 and on turn 2.
Man, he hasn't even cast a spell.
With nothing in play. This is really impressive.
He's a land creature.
Okay, fair enough. Is there a giveaway tonight? Depends.
Depends. What does it depend on, Mark?
It depends on what chat's response, and if anything, it's going to be a T-shirt. So Chicagoland Games is going to be giving away a Japanese Bob. I'm still trying to figure out the best way to give that away. Because there's certain requirements that they gave me, and certain requirements that I have that I want to do since it is such a high-value card. So, guys, I am still working on that. I apologize. I wanted to have it ready for tonight, but that's not happening. So, shoot for next Monday, and hopefully we'll be a little bit better.
It looks like Zini pondering here sees True Nemesis, Island, and Force of Will. I think he's going to keep this. He's just going to draw the island. He just wants to try and get his beat down on as soon as possible with True Name. It's a little awkward here because the card he's really looking for is a Stoneforge Mystic.
Yes.
Did Simon draw the... I hope Simon didn't draw the second Dryad Arbor. He definitely drew the second Arbor. No, he drew Wood Foothills. Okay.
Okay, fair enough.
All right, so Zini going to draw True Name and just deploy it this turn.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. So you say Zini.
You say Zinni?
I say Zinni. I think it's... do you know for a fact it's Zini?
Absolutely not. Don't know.
Because that sounds like a pasta.
That's Ziti.
Nah, it's
I can see why you would think that.
Zucchini.
Yes. So Simon just going to fetch on a turn, going to 19. Get a Bayou. Yeah, it looks like Simon has drawn a land every single turn. And he did draw the second Dryad Arbor.
He's going to cast. That's fine.
Ooh, Simon playing one of my favorite lands in the deck, Pendlehaven. I do love a Pendlehaven.
I'll bring up a Pendlehaven. Why not? Like, I was going to put an A in there. Mm-hmm. Yeah. In the Haven, so I would have gotten it right.
Ugh. And Zini just doesn't need Stoneforge Mystic because he just brainstormed into Umezawa's GT.
And I believe there's a another Thoughtseize as well, so you can take the Crater Hoof.
I don't think he really needs to right now.
Just fuck it. You just give Simon the finger and you say, you know what? You're not doing anything. Have fun.
Looks like he's just going to play the GT and attack for 3 with True Name, letting him know that next turn, GT's getting equipped. And this is going to be a really tough spot for Simon to get out of. Unless he manages to... He needs to draw Green Sun Zenith. He needs to draw Green Sun Zenith twice. Because Zini happens to have Force of Will right now. So he's just going to play the second Dryad Arbor. Play Nettle Sentinel and pass. And... This is always a weakness. Elves has always had a pretty big weakness to GT on an evasive creature, and this certainly qualifies.
Nah, I think you get out of this pretty easily.
I wouldn't say pretty easily.
Nah, I think you just Simon untaps and wins next turn.
He
goes
impressive.
Doomsday, draws his stack, wins.
Ooh, yeah. So he's able to save one of his Dryad Arbors with Pendlehaven.
Get it.
And it looks like he's just drawing land again. There's a Cradle.
Okay.
And he's just going to attack for 3 here. Awkward part is that I don't believe he has a green spell to untap his Nettle Sentinel except for the Crater.
I think we missed the attack last turn, so I think Zucchini is at 10.
Simon casting Deathrite Shaman, untapping his Nettle Sentinel post-combat. Let's see if Zini is going to Force of Will. I think he is going to Force of Will. I think this is a little aggressive. Deathrite Shaman's certainly an imposing card out of the Elf deck, but... I think I'd just be more interested in saving that for a Natural Order or a Glimpse of Nature.
See, and I want to make some Tone laying the pipe references here, but nobody's going to get them in chat. David might. David Gleicher might.
I think we can move away from those safely. All right, so Zini going to attack for 3, put Simon to 16. Or, sorry, put him to... No, it's putting him to...
Yeah, he's at
13.
13. Because I'm going to blame that on you for not paying attention.
It was my fault.
Yeah. Thank you for taking the blame. Appreciate it.
Okay, so this is going to be... So this actually works out, like, with Anthony playing the Force of Will last turn, it means he's still able to hold up Counterspell for this turn, because he knows about Simon's Crater Hoof Behemoth.
And Soul Asteroid, I would like to just point out that I butcher everybody's name. It's a little bit on purpose.
It's a little bit on purpose.
So it just means that I like you.
Yes, that's what it means.
Yes.
So here's an attack for 3.
And I might have an aneurysm.
One of the two.
Yeah.
So Zini can Zini's just gonna kill the Nettle Sentinel right away, and Anthony's gonna take 1, going down to 8.
Beautiful.
And this is a tough spot. Simon's just holding up the Pendelhaven to try and get around any possible -1/-1s from the GTA, but him being able to respond with the second activation is pretty big.
Yeah, this is not looking the best for Simon.
Yeah, and Simon thinking about cracking this fetch land. He doesn't really have any other. He doesn't have any dry rubbers left to get. I think he's just gonna thin and get a Bayou, trying to make his draws as good as possible.
I don't. But what is he drawing to? Like,
without considering the natural order. Without considering the counterspell in Anthony's hand, natural order. But even then, it's not great. I mean, if he draws second,
does natural order even get there? Like, I mean, if he gets Reclamation, do you have a Rexage main board?
I do.
So
he would have to, as I said, he's put in a position where he has to draw Reclamation Sage more than once because of this counterspell, and even then, it's not going to be enough because he does have Second Cradle, which is kind of interesting.
Ignore the man behind the curtain.
So the Second Cradle is actually pretty important here because it gets him really close to just hard casting Craterhoof. Like, he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He has 7 mana right now with the Second Cradle. But, one off from casting Craterhoof, it's not really going to get there. Yeah, and he's just going to concede.
Yeah. And Flexi, thank you for following. Much appreciated.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. D-Mark, I'll ship you a pair of Depends. I'll borrow one from Phil.
A what?
A thing of Depends.
Of Depends.
So I don't like. So like 3 people said they want a T-shirt. That is not enough motivation for me.
It's not enough
to do that. So
gonna need much.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a little bit more, guys. Let's see. So and then Mr. Asteroid, thank you. We appreciate the compliments.
Yeah. We try and do our best here.
Yep. Coltrane, thank you for following, and Zionman Vornan, thank you for following.
Yep. Whatever that was. Thank you.
Zionman Vornan.
Yes, Zillman.
No, I think it's how I said it.
Yeah, I think so too. I often feel that way.
Yeah.
All right. So Anthony tries to take a more controlling role post board in general in this matchup. Like, I know he boards in Supreme Verdict, Engineered Explosives. His goal is to do what he did the first game, which is put a GTA on a creature that's basically impossible to kill. It looks like he's boarding out the Batter Skull because it's just so hard to get in with it. Post board.
So, I mean, like, the other thing is that you have to consider too is that Simon's hand and draw were just not great.
No, they were abysmal.
So I mean, so obviously you're a very experienced Elves player.
Mm-hmm.
Does the matchup get better or worse after board?
Let's see. With the sideboard, I gave Simon the day. I actually think game 1 it's very good, and I think it's much grindier post board. In general, the Elf deck, I really like going away from natural order post board against blue decks.
Okay.
Because they have to keep in their counter magic, and getting getting ahead of cards is usually the way you win. Sort of
Regal Force.
I mean, if that were still played, yeah, Regal Force would be excellent. But more just
bring it back.
You don't want to get 2 for 1 off your natural order from something like a counter spell.
That's very true.
Yeah, like, so instead you're just focusing on
Elvish Archdruid.
Focusing on Elvish, the best Elvish card, which is Elvish Visionary.
Fair enough.
And we saw, as you said, Simon's draw was abysmal that game. He drew land, I think, for all but 2 draw steps, and those 2 were just 1 mana elves, and he got getting double Thoughtseize there, and it was pretty good. Anthony's draw was also happened to be pretty excellent. Like, him being able to go True Name into GTA is ideal. Like,
yeah.
In general, like, it's really tough to get in hits with GTA if you don't have True Name or like Vendilion Click.
You can just bounce with
Ranger
or Wirewood Symbiote.
Yeah.
Fuck that card.
Oh,
hate that card so bad.
Mark hates Wirewood Symbiote.
Oh my! With an ever loving like, I've got a. Oh wait, Don't worry, I've got a Phyrexian Revoker. That'll be good, right? Nope, bloop, 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 bloop. Fuck you. That's what happens.
You just go bloop bloop, and you just bounce your guys over and over again.
I hate everything. Spitfire, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated.
Emperor Calgar wants to see someone else win a T-shirt today. I mean, have you sent Emperor Calgar their shirt?
Not yet. I don't think I've sent the second round of shirts out. Yeah. Unfortunately, there's a little bit of delay because I tried to ship multiple things at once. I don't know why. That's just how my head functions. What are you looking?
Like trying to get an angle on his hand.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, if you do that, if you tilt far enough, you will be able to see it.
Yeah, it looks like looks like both players keeping their 7. I saw Simon had at least a Wirewood symbiote in his hand, so it looks like his hand's already way better than it was last game. I mean, he had a pretty poor hand to start with, so let's see what he's gonna fetch first.
Is it 3 Swords to Plowshares?
Yes, it is.
And 1 land.
And a verdict. A verdict. Wow.
That is a hand.
And he's got Force of Will and True Name Nemesis. That is that's an interesting one. I mean, here's the thing. Just getting swords over and over again is pretty annoying. Simon having Wirewood is pretty great though.
Birch Lore Rangers. I spelled that right. Fuck you.
Yep, good job. Birch Lore Rangers is great. I love this card. Elves in the past has played people have played some number of like Land War elves, but for the most part, I think they've been replaced by Birch Lore Rangers. It's the only way you're able to combo with Glimpse on turn 2 is with this card, and the random like fixing of your black mana post board is actually pretty relevant.
Yeah.
So it looks like he's just getting swords right away. So Simon's gonna go back up to 20.
That's what we call value.
Yeah, it looks like Zini drew, instead of a land, an 8-drop. He drew Dig Through Time.
Jeez.
So
he's got 2... Oh, no, he's got true... Oh, wow. This is awkward.
So Simon just playing Wirewood Symbiote and playing Dryad Arbor. Doesn't really have much action. Zini drawing land right off the top.
Oof. Sometimes you get there, you know?
It's perfect. I mean, his deck plays, like, quite a few more lands than your average Legacy deck. So just going to get rid of that Wirewood right away. Wirewood in general, one of the best cards against these blue mid-range decks.
Oh, yes.
Ooh, so Simon
That was
drew
a
Glimpse.
Cradle and a Glimpse.
Ooh, I would be very tempted to just lead this turn with a Glimpse and make, especially because he has Cradle in his hand, just making...
Just YOLO?
It's not
Just
a YOLO.
for it?
He has
Hashtag YOLO swag?
Yeah. So he's going to Glimpse here, and Zini is going to... He has a Force of Will. He's going to think about it.
I think you have to, right?
I would be...
Unless you're putting him on strictly a value Glimpse, but... I think that's risky to do when Simon hasn't played a land for the turn.
I agree. Especially with the Dryad Arbor in play. I think this is really, it's tempting, especially given that his hand has, the Supreme Verdict, but, he has no manipulation. He has no, forcing here at least gives him another card in his graveyard for Dig, because he's very close to casting Dig here.
Yeah. I mean, that's still a good turn.
Oh, this is actually perfect here. And Simon able to go Wirewood Symbiote into Elvish Visionary and draw a card. Looks like he's going to activate Wirewood Symbiote, returning... Oh, no, sorry. No. Oh, yeah, he returned the Elvish Visionary.
Yep. Played that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, this makes sense. He just did a little fast.
Yep.
Isn't he just making sure everything's kosher?
Yeah.
Perfectly fine.
I think Zinni is just going to look to Swords to Plowshares this Wirewood right away.
Yeah.
And he's going to Brainstorm first. Try and find that third land. So there's
There
Island.
it is.
Island, Containment Priest,
Ooh!
and Engineered Explosives. Wow, so his hand is just very, very full of gas. He has 2 sweepers, a removal spell.
Well, I mean, he doesn't really have a lot of, card selection, though. I mean, so I guess he does have the Dig Through Time still left in hand. Yeah. I mean, but the rest of his hands, he doesn't really have anything to pressure, and so as long as Simon doesn't go crazy,
yeah,
just whether or not Simon gets the read that Containment Priest is in there.
Yeah, so this is very interesting. So he's thinking about putting back whatever he puts back here. Ooh. Whatever he puts back here, I think he wants to leave up Containment Priest, but because all of his cards are good, he doesn't really want to shuffle, and that's going to be awkward if Simon has something like Natural Order next turn, or maybe even Green Sensing in particular. I would be surprised if Simon has too many Natural Orders in his deck now. It's probably just going to be mostly Green Sensing if that's turned off by this, but this is tough. He's definitely put back the Supreme Verdict. Yeah, Supreme Verdict.
Yeah,
and he's thinking about either Island or Explosives.
I think you had the Island, then Explosives, right?
He's even thinking about the swords. See, This is a little rough.
Putting it back in top. Sorry.
Yeah, and he's just gonna play Island and pass, and I think he's just gonna hold up Containment Priest and pray that he doesn't have to crank his fetch.
Yes.
All right, so Simon gonna draw for turn. Simon has a land, at least an Elvish Visionary.
And guys, we'll do a T-shirt tonight. And Asteroid, whether or not we do standard, I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
Thinking about it. If we do, it'll be on Fridays.
All right, so Simon just gonna lead with Elvish Visionary here. Draw a card. I think he drew Heritage Druid.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, so he's Heritage Druid, Wooded Foothills, and I believe another fetch land. I'm not quite sure what the third card is. I don't think it's great, whatever it is. I think he's just gonna, he's just gonna bash with all of his guys here.
For 4.
Yeah. So this is an interesting. So I think Zini's right now a little tempted. Oh no, he just took it. He just took 4. I thought he was gonna be a little tempted to Flash and Containment Priest to block.
Sure.
So he's just going to cast Heritage Druid, untapping Nettle Sentinel, and pass the turn, just holding up his Wirewood.
So doesn't... Okay, and we know he doesn't have a 4th land coming.
No. Because we know the top card of his deck is...
Supreme Verdict.
correct. So
Yeah.
I think he's just going to cast... I think he's thinking about casting Swords to Plowshares here, but he's just going to pass. And Simon not going to do anything. On his upkeep, he's going to attempt to Swords... Ooh, is he thinking about it? He's thinking about not Swords. He's going to Swords... Heritage Druid. That's interesting.
You just returned that with Wirewood, right?
I think you just let it resolve.
Or it's a 1/1.
I think it's much less important than drawing an extra card. I would have been tempted if I were Simon of just end of turn returning my Elvish Visionary.
Sure.
Because just getting ahead on cards here is pretty important. So Simon getting a draw for turn. Looks like he's just gonna upkeep fetch down to 21. I like this play. He's just gonna get a Bayou out of his deck.
Thin it a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's pretty low value in elves to holding your fetch lands. In general, you only really do it against decks with, like, Terminus in it, if you want to just, like, keep rebuying Dryad Arbors, but it's not very important here. Looks like he drew Craterhoof for turn.
Bear down, you will have to spam something when we do it. It will be !raffle. That's what you need to spam to enter. Yeah.
4, 5, 6, 7. So he has enough. He could just jam Craterhoof here. I think he's going to. 4, 5, 6, 7... Fetch
down to 20.
So this is like my favorite part about elves is your opponent has all these hate cards and then you just cast Craterhoof Behemoth.
It's just like, had it.
It's like oh nice, your Containment Priest, oh real nice. Here's a Behemoth.
Oof. All right. So this is gonna be good enough, right?
Zini's gonna fetch here. Okay. Well, no, he definitely has an out. He has dig through time, so he's gonna dig and try and hit force blue cards.
Yep.
Which is not unlikely to hit. I mean, he's reasonably high density of blue cards.
And he hasn't... Well, he's seen, what, 1 Force of Will?
Just 1 force, yeah.
Okay.
If not, I mean, that's just the game. I love when Elves does this. I like that. I like when people describe it. I agree that it's a... People say it's a combo deck with a mid-range, a really good mid-range game. First card he looks at is Force of Will. Ooh, but does he hit the blue card? Oh, okay. All right. Second to last card.
So excited.
Yeah, he's just going to take Force blue card and just, put them both down, but they're getting revealed anyways because he's got to do this. Yeah. He's still going to take a pretty hefty chunk of damage, and Simon still has whatchamacallit. He has Wirewood plus Elvish Visionary, which is going to be annoying.
5?
4.
Plus the Force of Will.
Yes.
Okay. Because, did the Elvish Visionary attack? One of these didn't.
The Dryad Arbor did not attack because he tapped it for mana. So if Zini draws a land here, at least he can Supreme Verdict. It looks like he bricked though. He has explosives still, so he can play an explosives for 1, which would be pretty strong.
Yeah, that wipes almost everything off the board.
It's only really going to kill
Wirewood symbiote.
Yes, because he's just going to return the Nettle Sentinel. I think this is where you don't end step return anything.
Yes.
You just untap.
That I agree.
I'd be tempted to do something else, but he's just going to untap everything. Put his Nettle Sentinel, draw for turn. And he's just gonna keep beating down. Like,
yeah,
it's,
why not?
This is your main plan a lot of the time is just beating down. He's not even gonna. He's just gonna let the Nettle Sentinel die. I think he's just interested in getting value here.
So he did take 1.
Yep, he took 1. Play an Elvish Visionary and play a land and pass. So Zini plays his 4th land, passes. Simon going to fetch end of turn. Simon, interesting thing here, Zini chose not to flash in Containment Priest there. It's a little tempting for me to do that just because it stops Simon from getting a Dryad Arbor.
Yes.
Simon going to draw. Looks like he only has 2 cards in hand.
Quarian Ranger. Beat face for 2. Jump block!
And here's the Containment Priest. Popping in there. Looks like he's just going to eat
Yep.
that and put Zini down to 8.
Sometimes you gotta go to 8, you know?
And there's Quarian Ranger. And it looks like going to be a pass. Oh, just plays land. Wow.
Ugh.
He is just drawing all the lands. He's fetched several times.
I've heard that in Elves you need about 8 lands.
Apparently. I mean, you need 8 mana sometimes. Oh my goodness. Oh, he's getting clicked in his draw step, and he has Reclamation Sage Cradle.
Something tells me Sage is going to the bottom.
I don't think it is. He doesn't have GT right now.
That's fair. Yeah, but I don't know. Like, that's a potent... I guess it's not worse than, like, giving him a random draw.
I think I'd rather him have that than maybe
yeah.
draw, like, Craterhoof or something
Yeah,
like that.
no, I agree.
Appropriately, Zini draws for turn Stoneforge Mystic. So he's going to attack for 3 here, put Simon down to 16. And I think he's just content to attack a few turns here. And gets the GT. Now I think he kind of wishes he took that Reclamation Sage.
Sure. Hindsight, you know? That 2020.
So Simon just going to pass here. Yeah, it'd be nice if you just knew. If you knew you were drawing exactly Stoneforge Mystic.
That's why I've been trying to invest in X-ray vision.
It'd be pretty nice.
I think I'd win a lot more in Magic.
I agree.
I'd probably make my money back pretty quickly by just winning GPs, always.
Absolutely.
And then you could call me Mr. Jared.
Yes, as he said, if I was cheating, why did I not just win all the time? All right, so Zini, I think Zini doing what a lot of players would be a little worried to do. He's just, even though Simon has the Force of Will, the Reclamation Sage in his hand.
Yeah. Getting it in there, equipping.
And just like getting his value. I see that Simon has drawn Green Sun Zenith for turn. He's down to 13. He's gonna play Rex Sage, get rid of that GT. He cannot play Dryad Arbor. Dryad Arbor, if he plays Dryad Arbor, it immediately gets exiled by Containment Priest.
It's a good thing.
Yeah, so, and he has at least, it's a good thing if you're Zini, yes, it is a good thing.
Green Sun doesn't work then either.
Nope, he has 2 bricks in his hand until he draws Abrupt Decay. I'm not sure if he was, so like, one of the things that comes with playing a lot of Elves is that you sort of get better at predicting the sideboard cards.
Yes. How many lightning bolts do you play in the Elves?
In my Elf deck?
List, yeah.
I fluctuate between 0 and 0.
Oh. So that's not an out, is what you're saying?
No.
Okay.
Lightning Bolt is not an out. I really like boarding in Abrupt Decay here. I hopefully Simon boarded in a few. And like the cards I'm interested in Simon's sideboard would be Abrupt Decay, Pithing Needle, and Null Rod. Usually there's some chokes in there. Choke would also be great, but I don't. It's not in the deck this week. Let's see what Zini draws. He's got just a Force of Will, I believe.
Yeah, there's Batterskull, and Simon's gonna have a hard time
getting through here. Yeah, so he's just got.
Let's see if there's a block.
Attack with Batterskull, attack with Vanillion Click. I think he's just gonna take it. He's thinking for a second. I don't think he has any spells to cast here. If he has the Abrupt Decay, I think you have to hold it for. You definitely hold it for this Containment Priest. Yeah, because if he has Zenith, he can just Zenith for Craterhoof.
Yeah. Does that work though? He's
just gonna chump block.
Yeah. All right. So he's gonna go down to 7. Zinni's gonna go up to 12.
Yep. So I thought that he was gonna board out that Batterskull. Looks like he didn't. I think Simon just drew either another land. No, he drew Nettle Sentinel. Not ideal. 1 mana 2/2 is not what you want right here. Yes. So Zinni has. I can't really tell what's in his hand. He's just gonna attack again. And now he has to chump block. It doesn't have to chump. He can gain life.
So I almost like just moving the Batterskull over to
the click.
The click.
I agree with you.
I almost wanted him to do it last turn.
I think.
And if he does it this turn, then Simon, has to gain. So Simon gains 2 life, but it takes 1 basically. So Simon down to 6, or is he still thinking you're doing stuff?
I think he's deciding whether he wants to block or not.
How is he blocking the Vendilion Click?
Block the Batterskull.
Oh, the Batterskull's attack.
Yeah, he's chump blocking the Batterskull. So he's just gonna take. So he's gonna go up to 9. So he's going to 6 here.
Yeah. And Zinni going to 16. So the game looked winnable for Simon.
Yeah, I mean, he just...
Not so much anymore.
And he drew multiple Green Sun Zeniths and Drive.
Oof.
So he had 3 uncastables effectively in his hand to go with that Cradle. Esper just doing its work there of just the Stoneforge Mystic.
Rough.
Stoneforge Mystic is just a really, really dumb card.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's like in that cycle.
I mean,
the broken 2-drop cycle, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, to be fair, it wasn't broken until Batterskull was printed.
Yeah, it was just extremely good.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it was extremely good, sure.
Yeah,
but I mean, like,
it did go from broken as soon as they made it 2 mana uncounterable 4/4 with
even in Legacy, like if it was just getting swords in GT,
it'd be playable.
It'd be playable.
GT is a pretty dumb
but it
card.
wouldn't be as insane.
No, like
Yeah.
the fact that you also get this like incredibly resilient and annoying Batterskull makes it just completely ridiculous.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, it's in the cycle of broken 2-drop creatures. It's the white one. You got Stoneforge Mystic in white, Young Pyromancer in red, Tarmogoyf in green, Snapcaster Mage in blue, and Dark Confidant in black. Good cards.
It's good things.
I love those cards. Those cards are all great.
It's a few things. Do you want to go upstairs and check to see?
Yeah. All right, I'll be back.
What's going on? All right.
take a look.
Yeah, that's right. You get up there.
Take a quick peek,
Get up there.
as they say.
Pat Runkin, thank you for joining us. How's the old geez, if I could talk. How's the old brainstorm show going? Pat Runkin got a friend of the channel stream. Got a little podcast that he does. Talks about some Legacy. It's good things. Oh, but new Anafenza is a broken 2-drop. I actually like it because, fun fact, because then that gives you 8 ways. So you've got Malira and you've got the new Anafenza. And then if you have a sack outlet, you can either do the infinite damage or the infinite life with Murderous Redcap, or I can't even think. Blah 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 blah. Oh god, 1 green right hybrid. Why can't I? No, my brain's fried. Sorry. And then Zero Tula, thank you for following, and Folks Foe, thank you for following as well. God, now I can't think. Why? I don't know. Just bad at Magic. And long days. I'll blame it on long days. No, I think the new Anafenza is pretty good. I don't think it's necessarily broken, but I think it will open up possibly some sort of weird deck in Modern, purely based off of basically gaining infinite life. Basically doing what Pod did, just because with eight ways that you can set that up, plus a bunch of different sack outlets, I think it'll be a lot easier to do. Will it be tier 1? Who knows? Probably not. But Broface, thank you for following as well. Let's see. GT is broken. I think a lot of people talk about GT. I don't know if it's power 9 level of power, but I'll give it to you that it's pretty good. Let's see. Thanks for sharing. Mario, I had the flu last week, so we are recording episode 3. So check it out. Did Storm play last week? I think we saw a Storm last Monday, and then I still haven't gone back and watched Thursday's stream yet from last week. It's up on YouTube. I have not gotten the rounds, I haven't gotten the rounds actually paired out yet, unfortunately. But we will. But it is up there, and I'm gonna get tonight's stream up there for tomorrow. And so that should be good. And it does look like Phil got us somebody.
No, it looks like they're like it looks like there's 2 games that are like in the middle or end of game 3.
Okay.
So I think actually we're gonna be almost into the next round, pretty soon.
All right, fair enough.
I'm gonna run the back.
Yeah, that's fine. All right, Patches, thank you for following. Hey, wait. Oh, Kitchen Finks. There we go. I just needed Phil's beautiful face. I couldn't remember Kitchen Finks' fucking name. So, Kitchen Finks. That was the card I was looking for. Jesus. Yes. There we go, Kitchen Finks. Whenever I see your body, your face, my body shivers with excitement. Good. I'm glad, Gray. Although Leylines is hell of a troll deck, it's kind of yeah. Is that a deck in Modern? Can you build a Leylines deck in Modern? I know like Opalescence is the deck in Legacy, but I'd like to see it. Legacy was nothing competitive. Okay, now I understand what's going on. Yeah, Pat Runkin doesn't necessarily have a channel, and if he has a streaming channel, we're gonna wage war against him. Not really. we go way back. We were in college together. We used to play a little bit, and then he proceeded to actually play more competitively than I did. So that's good. Yeah. Oh, so Doomsday versus Test was on Thursday night. Well, that's fun. And then Infect is pretty fun too. Squirrels. I have to get. It's been a little while since we've seen Squirrels on stream. I'll have to get Bob to play Squirrels. So that would be fun. And then also, guys, we apparently also have a Pox deck here tonight. So guys, let us know. What do you guys want to see? Merfolk we already saw, so we haven't seen Reanimator. Lands we already saw. We've got a Pox deck. I don't know how well they're doing. They were 1-1 going into round 3. Then we saw the Grixis deck already. We have Sneak and Show. We have, I guess, another Grixis. We got Elves, which we just saw. I guess it's another Sneak attack, maybe? Then we've got Esper, Sword of the Meat combo. We saw Stasis already, and we just saw Esper Blade. Let us know what you guys want. We don't have the Burn Crimson. I apologize. Nobody wants to play Burn here. Maybe I'll put it together. I can build Burn. It'll be good. So we have one vote for Pox. Again, I don't know how well everything is. Set everything to fire, maybe. All right, so we got 1 Pox, 2 Pox, no dredge patches. Sorry, Kevin's not here. I know Kevin comes on mostly on Thursdays. He's our resident dredge player. So Pox or Sword of the Meek. All right, so I'm getting a good chunk for both. There's Thopter combo. I don't think there's an Omnitel. I can look though. No Tin Fins. Sorry, nerd. Tron. Lots of Pox. Thopter combo. Maybe they're playing each other, and that'll be good. All right, I'll see which whoever has the better matchup between Thopter combo and Pox. That's what we'll put on. I think, and a couple for Reanimator. So, all right, cool. Yeah, that's what we'll do. So I gotta wait for Mr. Phil to get back down here, and then I can run upstairs. Past that, I don't know. So guys, what's your favorite card that's been spoiled so far of the new set? I know we were just talking about the new Anafenza, which I can't commentate on Standard, which I might end up doing on Fridays. So that'll be fun. You guys get to see me kind of stumbling around. I know the card names, and I know the deck archetypes. Past that, the interactions, not so much, but it'll be fun. Can we see the new Anafenza? Yeah, I can pull up the new Anafenza. Let's see here. Anafenza, where are you? There you are. There you are. Let's see. Whoop. I'll bring that right there. Bring that a little up. And we'll bring, squeeze this in a little bit. There we go. There's the new Anafenza. So, alright, so people liking the Narset. Narset's pretty, I do like the Narset, the fact that it's at 6. I'll see if I can find the Narset really quick. And then, I heard people talking about Zergo. I haven't actually seen the new Zergo, though. This, oh no! Alright, this window just does not like me. It happens, though. Alright, so it was Marty, right? Let's see. Oh my, what is happening? There we go. Here's the new Zergo. Alright, so dash can't be blocked by power 2 greater. Oh, alright. I do like that. That is actually pretty sweet. He's definitely not as strong. But you know, it's I forgot what they were going over some of the because I remember during the GP they were definitely going over some of the lore and the implications that they had, but I haven't really seen it. But Narset nowhere near Jace 2.0. Alright, I'll bring up Narset really quick. Let's see. So that would fall under Jeskai, which is what, this symbol? Yeah, and there's the Narset. Alright, cool. I'm going to run upstairs. We're talking about people's favorite spoils.
Spoils?
Narset is what we were just talking about.
Oh,
So-
spoilers.
Yes.
I was gonna be like,
Spoils?
I thought I was gonna be like, of the vault.
Oh, spoils of the vault. Yes. What the favorite setup? Mine is cast it dead.
Brain spoil. All right. Yeah, Narset is interesting. Oh, what do you guys think of Narset? You guys all like really like Narset. I think Jace is comparing it to Jace is foolish. I think. Do not compare this to Jace. Do not compare any Planeswalkers to Jace. Jace is in his own realm. We're in a world right now. We're in a standard where Wizards is consciously trying to make spells less powerful than they were, and I think putting a card anywhere near Jace would be like, I mean, ridiculous. Narset's interesting though. Like, it's a conditional draw, which is, you know, not ideal, like much in the way of Domri Raid. Like the natural spot for Narset is in perhaps a some sort of Jeskai aggressive deck, but then like you start getting into these really tough situations where like you just get jammed on 4-drops. Yeah, exactly. She doesn't do great stuff on the board. She doesn't affect the board at all, which is like a pretty awkward spot to be in. Like the one way the -2 could be really effective is that if you have a bunch of like red creatures out and you just go -2 and stoke, that's pretty, and stoke to flame something and get another one next turn. That's really nice. I don't know if Narset is really playable in Modern. Like, again, you have to like decide like what are your other 4-drops? What are you playing Narset over? I don't know. Like I don't even know if you would play this card over Jace Architect of Thought. I think Jace Architect of Thought is extremely underplayed in Modern. Like, people are just starting to discover that's good. Pretty well positioned Planeswalker, and I would be hard pressed to play Narset over it. I think. Yeah, and in Legacy, it's the same sort of thing. Like, are you really? I think it's tough to play Narset over either 4-mana Planeswalkers you'd be choosing between, which is Elspeth Knight Errant or Jace the Mind Sculptor. Scooter, I agree. I would play 4 Cryptics over Narset, but like, why not? I mean, you could play 4 Cryptics and Narset. I mean, I think they sort of go together, but I don't think Narset is great in a pure control deck. Yeah, like -2 for Lingering Souls is okay, but like 1 Lingering Souls is kind of enough to get ahead in any sort of game. I think I'd be more interested in just like being in some sort of red deck. Like you need to have like I don't really love the idea of playing her minusing casting Wrath. Like, that seems pretty lame to me.
I mean,
like
a rebound Wrath is just bad.
You just give them like a one. Like, okay, so they just don't play creatures for a turn. Like, is that really going to win you the game? I don't think it does.
I didn't even know what you were talking about, but then I did. Oh, so we've got
is Tim playing Joe?
Yes, that's where we're getting. Yeah. All right. So we're gonna have what, Reanimator versus Pox. Yeah. Unfortunately, the Thopter combo player left.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Kyle did not do as well as we would have hoped.
Yeah, Kyle dropped.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
So,
that's all right.
So they should be sitting down here in just a second, but that's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun. Look, I look like Sling Blade a little bit.
Sling Blade?
Uh-huh.
Red potatoes. I won't say that ever again. Let's watch some Legacy.
Gare Bear.
This is not Sling Blade.
Thank you for following. They're not sitting down yet. We can't do it yet.
Yeah. Emperor Calgar. How does Thopter combo work? So we'll pull up. We can pull up both of these cards one at a time here.
Oh,
if Mark knows how to click.
I don't.
So the 2 cards that are you are working together are Thopter Foundry. Wow. Are Thopter Foundry and Sword of the Meek. So there, it's right there.
Yeah, I know it's there, but I typed in fucking Thopter Foundry.
So here's what you do. So you got Thopter Foundry, where you pay 1 to sack a non-token artifact, and you put a 1/1 blue Thopter in play, and you gain a life. Sword of the Meek says when a what exactly? Can we look up Sword of the Meek after this?
I don't really feel like it.
Yeah, so Sword of the Meek. Alright, so it says when a 1/1 creature comes into play under your control, you may return Sword of the Meek from your graveyard to play. Oh, wow. It's got a bunch of followers.
Yes. So, WUBRGxyz, thank you for following. Beefrish, thank you for following. Redneck Ray, thank you for Redneck Ray.
Perfect.
All right, Sing Blade, got it. All right, I'm gonna go make sure that
they'll get started. I'll explain this combo real quick. Hello, Dylan. Nice to see you guys. So the way it works, so you have Thopter Foundry in play, and you have Sword of the Meek in play. So you pay 1 mana, sacrifice Sword of the Meek, and you get a 1/1. When that 1/1 comes into play, it triggers the Sword of the Meek from your graveyard, and it comes back in. So effectively, it becomes pay 1 mana, get a 1/1, and gain a life. And you can do that for as much mana as you have. So it's It's just a way to gain, basically as many creatures as you have mana. Yeah, not necessarily. It's basically infinite Thopter's infinite life, but it's it's restricted by the amount of mana you have. Usually, what happens is that you've wrested enough control away from the game at a certain point that you have gained enough life to get out of any like normal deck range, and you have enough blockers for anything, and you can start attacking. It's very slow versus other combo decks, but it's a pretty powerful late game effect. It's very slow and very grindy.
Yeah, and so I guess the holdup was pairings were wrong.
Oh, fantastic.
Our match was not affected, though.
All right, good. So both 2-1, I believe.
Yes. And we'll take our pretty faces off here.
Yeah.
So we're not even looking at the camera right now.
Sorry, guys.
I know.
Gotta reset.
Phil, tell us while we're waiting, a embarrassing childhood story.
Embarrassing childhood story. So one time, this is a good one. I decided to go sledding at my cousin's house in the suburbs of Chicago, and they went. This is like sort of in the dead of winter, and the hill we went on was really icy, and we like start sledding. It's like pretty fun. It's like kind of dark out, and it had gotten really icy on the hill, like more icy than usual.
Where in the doll did they touch you?
I'm in the middle of my story, Mark. I'm sledding, and the sleds that we used to own as a kid were this like really small inflatable ones. And it was like a luge, and you would just fly down hills. So I like get to the top of the hill, and I'm like, all right, we're gonna get some good running start here. So I get a running start, hop on the luge, and start going. And I realized I hit this bumpy patch. Yeah, I hit this bumpy patch of ice. So I like bounce in the air, and I land, and I'm like, wow, that was kind of scary. And I hit another bounce, and I go up in the air. And I'm like, wow, I'm like really high up in the air right now. And I hit the ground again. And I bounce again. And I look over to the right, and my luge is 5 feet to the right of me as I'm in midair. And I'm like, this is not going to end well. So I slam down on my butt, knock the wind out of me, and pass out. And my dad freaks out. I effectively like lost consciousness for a second here because I couldn't breathe. I knocked the air out of myself so badly, and my dad was just like, "Oh my God, he's got a concussion." Nope, hit my butt so hard I passed out. That's what happened there.
Yes, it happens. I got a couple good stories, except mine involve a lake and a tube and broken ribs.
I don't like that at all.
That I gave to one of my buddies.
Oh man, that doesn't sound at all enjoyable.
Turns out when you launch somebody like 30 feet in the air and then they fall off the tube, it hurts a bit.
I can imagine that doesn't end well.
No. Why the hell are you using... So, magiccards.info, I do agree, it is better.
Oh, far better website,
unfortunately, their card image sizes are quite a bit larger.
Oh.
And so they're harder for me to actually get on. If I go through and actually redo the overlay a little bit, then I will definitely be doing that. Mm-hmm. Just at the moment, that's kind of where it's sitting. Tim is on a mulligan.
Yeah, looks like Joe has kept his 7. I think Tim has only 1 land in this hand. We might have 2.
Wait, what? When did you... I'm calling bullet. Pat's saying that he's seen my junk. I don't believe that.
Let's move on.
I don't believe that.
So, Tim playing a Swamp and Pass. Ooh, Joe is doing a thing that only dredge decks tend to really do, but drew his card.
Manaless Dredge on top of that.
Yeah, he drew his card, didn't play a land, discarded Grizzlebrand. All right, so an awkward part about what's going on with the Pox deck is that a lot of it is just, it's resource denial, and it's like,
sure,
but the Reanimator deck runs on so few resources.
All right, so here's a hymn to Turok. I'm assuming there's a...
Yeah, it looks like...
And there is a Reanimate in hand.
Yeah, so I think Joe's just going to have to force this to protect his Reanimate.
Yeah, because that would have been big game.
Yeah. If Tim's able to hit the Reanimate here, that sort of takes away Joe's entire plan. But instead, Joe's going to have a turn 2 Grizzlebrand.
It's okay, like
yes, I agree.
Oh, excuse me, Exhume. He must have drawn the Exhume. I did not see the Exhume.
I think he has turn 2 Exhume, so doesn't even need to lose the life. Just trying to decide what land he wants to get here, but this is what Reanimator wants to do.
And he does lose a life because he cracked a fetch. Hashtag fetch land suck.
Yep, the worst.
Joe is losing right now because of that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Looking at the numbers.
Which is what we focus on here at WUBRGxyz. The numbers.
The numbers.
All right. So how do you feel about turn 2 7/7 life linking demon, Yawgmoth's Bargain? How do you feel about this card? Grizzlebrand.
Grizzleman, it's bad.
Looks like Joe just gonna immediately pay 7 life and draw 7 cards here.
Wow. That seems loose.
I disagree. I think it's great. Drawing 7 cards is real nice. Looks like he plays a Lotus Petal. He's got a few extra cards here. I think he's just gonna Thoughtseize, Tim. See what's going on over on the Pox side of things. He's got 2 Edict effects in Smallpox and Innocent Blood, Sinkhole, and Crucible of Worlds. What do you take here?
I don't know. Like, you really were hoping that he only had 1 Edict effect. Granted, we know that you have the Reanimate, but the Reanimate is putting you down to 1 life.
True.
So
I like what Joe's taking here. He's deciding on Innocent Blood.
I know. I don't like that. You take the Smallpox because if Tim just casts Smallpox this turn, then Joe can't Reanimate.
I think the reason Joe is taking that is because he has Daze in his hand.
Oh, does Joe have Daze? Oh, okay. And a
so.
Force of Will.
Yes.
All right. So there's a bunch of stuff. So never mind. Ignore everything I was saying.
Yeah. I think this is going to be tough for Tim to come back. He's just got to jam this Smallpox. Joe's going to Daze it. Get rid of that, and then he's just going to start going to work with this demon.
And the T-shirt raffle will be soon after this round. Or after this match, we'll get it going.
Here's a swing for 7 from the old Grizzle brand. There's a 14-point life swing right there.
I really like this where like you click the things and I just kind of type numbers in.
He's gonna stay at 9. He's just paid 7 again.
Stop messing with me.
I'm sorry. All right, yeah. So he's got looks like he finds a Lotus Petal, million cantrips. I think at this point you don't even really need to do anything else. He's got interesting. One of his cards he's got there is a Grave Titan.
Yeah, I was noticing that as well.
And he's just gonna.
Oh god! And here we're gonna get a Tidespout Tyrant.
Ooh yeah, Tidespout Tyrant's a nice one. Joe's deck is really pretty. It looks like all of his cards are Japanese.
Yeah. So this is this is just a really rough start for Tim.
Yeah, I mean honestly, it's been effectively perfect for Joe. He had turn 2 Grizzlebrand with Force backup.
Yeah. And Papa Tritty. Thank you for. I like that name, Papa Tritty. Thank you for following. I hope I'm saying that right.
I think you got it. Yeah, nailed it.
The infliction, I think, is correct as well.
It looks like Joe just has a hand of like triple Force of Will right now. There's not a thing Tim's gonna be able to do to stop this. The thing is that these decks are just playing on completely different axes.
Yes.
Like Joe's going like really over the top, and Tim's playing Stone Rain for 2 mana.
Yeah.
He's just gonna Daze it, which counters it in 2 ways.
Yeah. Yeah. This is.
It looks like Joe even missed his Tidespout trigger. Decided not to bounce a swamp. Oh, okay, no, he's got it.
Late trigger, maybe. Okay,
Yeah, he's just gonna bounce a swamp.
A little bit of a you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter too much. If anything, it's helping out Tim by giving him an extra land.
Yeah, and then Aznat, thank you for following, and Dwissing 23. Dehusing Michael Jordan, thank you for following.
Woohoo! Here's an attack for how big is Tidespout Tyrant? It's 5/5?
5/5.
So it's a 4/5 now. So for 11.
Putting him down to 2, and Joe is up to 16. I can do math. There's an Innocent Blood. Still not going to do anything here.
I think you just say resolves if you're Joe. Just put the Tidespout in the yard. I put the Grizzlebrand. Doesn't make a difference. Like
I actually like keeping Tidespout here.
I guess it's even scarier. And attack, and that's gonna be it.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, it's reset life totals.
Mark, if you paid each of us $5, we'd subscribe to the channel. Well, there's a problem there. Because A, that's a lot of money, and then B, we have not reached subscribers yet.
No.
Soon.
Yeah.
We're half the concurrent viewers to get there.
Nice.
So that's always good.
Yeah.
And Big Fat Crank, thank you for following, and Jay Killian, thank you for following.
Appreciate it, guys.
And by J, I mean G.
G, it's not what that letter is.
It's that whole like GIF and GIF argument.
Yeah.
It goes either way.
I'm glad that it permeates the rest of your life.
Oh God.
You just have these issues.
Like it's definitely.
How many viewers?
Definitely. It's GIF.
It's GIF.
Fuck the creator.
Oh
you know
my
what?
God.
Not that GIF shit. People walk around my office and say GIF, and I have to rage a little bit.
Bab4M. Thank you for following.
I hope that's Bam Margera. What if it was?
I mean, I would enjoy that.
One of my cousin dated a chick that was a longtime girlfriend of Bam Margera.
Wow.
So Bam Margera, if that is you watching,
Yeah. That'd be awesome. Welcome to this stream.
6 degrees of separation from Mark McManus.
I will totally sub when you guys get the button. I appreciate that. That's awesome.
Yes.
We hope to get there soon. We're working on it.
And there's a comment about the stream being a little laggy. It doesn't look like it's on our end. We have 0 drop frames, and our internet seems to be doing pretty well. So that might be an issue on your end. I would consider just refreshing the stream,
Or perhaps
and seeing what happens.
Or maybe it's a router issue. If you just want to do the old power cycle your router. Works every time.
Yes.
Oh, thanks, Killer Kevin. Appreciate it.
What happened to Killer Kevin?
He said it's one of the better paper MTG streams.
Oh. Well, I mean, to be fair, our only real competition is Star City Games and
What, the official Wizards one?
the official Wizards one. Past that, nobody actually offers commentary on their streams.
There isn't a ton out there, I think.
No.
I mean, most people are just streaming.
And we're gonna get fucked as soon as somebody, as soon as like an actual store like starts backing it. Like here, I have to rely on sometimes buying you guys food to commentate with me.
Yeah, that's true.
To like incentivize it, but once the store's like, yeah, I'll give you like $20 to do it, and actually like puts like,
oh, I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm locked in for life then.
Oh.
I'll take $20. You kidding me?
to do that, I don't know. It's a lot of work trying to get casters for like, I had 6 casters a week.
Yeah, that's true.
It's tough.
Just lock me in.
Lock you in?
Yeah.
All right, always.
Yeah, we will be having contract negotiations later today.
Okay, I will give you 3 awkward rubs.
No, off stream negotiation.
Sorry. Sorry.
All right, so it looks like we got some. Both players still sideboarding here, shuffling up before the game. I'm thinking that Tim has. Hopefully, Tim has quite a few sideboard cards here. Like I know that like playing black means he has tons of stuff, tons of access to things like extirpate, surgical extraction.
Surgical. I mean, both of those would be fantastic.
Yeah, I mean,
it's just any graveyard hate that he can really hit. Extirpate being very good, gets around Force of Will.
Yeah.
Or just any of the other counters. I mean, Tim being on the play here, I think is going to be very good.
Yeah.
Especially if you can go Thoughtseize turn 1
Yes.
and go. Thoughtseize turn 1, maybe Smallpox, and just kind of go from there.
Yeah, I think the ideal start for him is going like Thoughtseize into a surgical effect.
Sure.
Because I think post-board, I'd be very surprised to not see Joe moving into more of a show and tell type deck.
Oh, 100%.
Like, especially facing a mono black deck, you'd figure a lot of their disruption has to be that way. But it looks like he's got 3 reanimation spells. Ooh! Ooh, yeah. No, what's going on?
Because he hasn't decided
he was going to keep. Yeah, it's Tim slamming down the
I'd
of the void.
I'd be pretty excited too.
Oh man!
And Papa Tritty asked how long we've been streaming. We have been streaming since November, I want to say, maybe September, but only like under the WUBRG banner, I think, since November.
Yeah. All right, so Tim starting out with a pre-game leyline. And he gets an Inquisition and see a hand with 3 reanimation effects, none of which will be doing anything into the face of this leyline.
No Entomb, so I think you just take the Brainstorm. Yeah, I think you just take a Brainstorm.
I think you take one of the Brainstorms, although I hope they should be aware that is exile. I'm sure they know that,
yes.
though. All right, so Careful Study here is the draw. If you're Joe, do you play... I think I would have been interested in Careful Studying there, but I guess he has no Fatty yet, and even then he wants to, like... Maybe he has, like, Echoing Truth.
And he still has to... Yeah, and I was about to say, and, like... Even if he does have the Fatty, he doesn't want to pitch it yet because of the ley line, all that kind of fun stuff. Oh, another IOK.
Ooh, that's really good. I mean, like, all Tim wants to do is sort of deprive Joe of his selection and prevent him from getting an answer to this ley line.
Yes.
This way, like Joe is pressured to find both a Fatty and a Show and Tell right now, or a Fatty and an answer to this ley line. So finding 2 cards in the face of like all this hand disruption is going to be pretty frustrating. Yeah. So Brainstorm resolves.
And he's going to be able to hide some stuff here, which I think is going to be very, very important.
Oh, so he does have Show and Tell. He found Show and Tell, Brainstorm, land.
And
so
you're definitely hiding the Show and Tell.
Yes, I think you definitely do that.
And Ninja Ditto, thank you for following. Much appreciated.
Yeah.
Show and I got to come up with a new like catchphrase instead of much appreciated.
Much appreciated.
I've worn it out tonight even. Yeah. Like that's
it's
I don't know.
Got a little extreme.
Yeah.
All right, so we see this Inquisition resolving, and we see 3 of the same cards that Tim saw last turn, and then the new card was Careful Study. Looks like Joe hid both the Brainstorm and the Show and Tell. Ooh, and Tim playing a Curse Scroll here. Oh man, I love this. Curse Scroll is great.
We'll bring up Curse Scroll. And we have not streamed F&M as of yet, but we will. We're definitely talking about it.
Yeah. So it looks like Tim drew Trinisphere. That's a nice one. Trinisphere. Although it's not going to do much against this show and tell. It's going to stop him from doing like all of his cantrips, but
Sure.
it's not going to do a ton otherwise.
Ulexis, thank you for following, and Hoggy Hog, thank you for following.
Woo! All right, so we got a Mistress Factory for Tim, Winter one, which is the nicest
I know.
one. I love that one. And he's trying to figure out what he wants to do here. 3 mana, and he's going to jam Trinisphere. I like this. I like just pressuring Joe's Joe's mana here, and he's going to have to respond with his Brainstorm.
100%. I mean, like, that's why Reanimator is such a good matchup for, like, a deck like Mud. Because if you go Chalice on 1 into Trinisphere, Reanimator does nothing.
They have to like work a lot harder. Thank you, Brose, for following.
See, I think that's a bro NASA.
I know what you think, but actually no, I don't know what you think because it's just completely impossible to tell. All right, so focus back on the game here. So it looks like the Trinisphere is going to resolve, and now Joe's got to work pretty hard. I believe he's just put 2 of the reanimation effects. Although interesting, and I really like this. Joe has Dig Through Time in his deck and in his hand in particular.
Yes.
That seems like I think a lot of people would see that card in Reanimator and think immediately, oh, you have you really want to focus on your graveyard. Why would you take away from it? But I think it's just the perfect combo control card.
Oh, and you want to focus on your graveyard, but I mean, there's also a lot of
chaff, right?
Yeah, there's tons of stuff. I mean, granted, in this situation, it's a very dead card, just because he's got no cards in his graveyard to be able to delve. And delve does not reduce the cost; it actually pays for the cost. So it's still Trinisphere doesn't actually do anything against it.
No.
And also, fun fact with Trinisphere has its own phase.
I did not know that. That's
yes.
really interesting. Trinisphere has a lot of really, for those unaware, Trinisphere has a lot of very strange rules around it because it's just a very weirdly templated card. All right, so Joe going to draw for turn, draws Force of Will. He's going to fetch down to 17. I think, does he have Show and Tell plus Fatty? I think he might. I think he might have brainstormed into the Fatty last turn.
Oof.
Which is,
I mean, that'll be pretty big.
It's phenomenal for him. It's like he needed to hit it very fast, and it looks like he did.
Yeah, but if Tim then has any edict effects, then this is rough.
It could prove problematic.
Yeah.
I mean, it means that, but Joe does have. I mean, so the way it works with Trinisphere and Force of Will is even if it's alternate cast cost, still costs 3, right?
I'm sorry?
If you cast Force of Will without paying mana, it still costs 3.
It costs 3.
That's what I thought. All right, yeah. So he's just gonna jam Show and Tell here. It looks like he has Tidespout Tyrant.
Oh, that's
the best possible one, right?
Yeah,
and Tim immediately says resolves.
And Tim is putting something in play.
Or he's like thinking about it. Looks like he says no.
Oh no, okay.
Yep, just Tidespout.
Yeah, so Tim has if Tim might actually be able, like, if he's got something like Smallpox, it's just insane.
Yeah,
it's a huge blow.
He's got Wasteland.
Okay.
If he has Innocent Blood, I think he might have Smallpox. Smallpox would be the
my
perfect
God.
card.
Does he really?
3 mana? No. Liliana of the Veil. Wow.
All right, there we go.
Oh.
I'm rooting for Pox. All right, I'm not.
Me too. I mean, I think Pox is certainly the underdog here.
Yes.
And everyone loves an underdog. Wow, that was excellent for Tim. So Tim right now in a pretty commanding position. I think I'd be tempted to just fire off that Wasteland as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he does.
100%. Yeah, there's no reason not to. You have 3 mana. You're not worried about anything.
And more importantly, Joe doesn't have 3 mana now, so he can't cast any spells.
And Simo, to address your question about what happened to the Bear Erotica, I do need to bring it in. It is actually packed away currently. My wife packed it because we're in the middle of moving.
Sorry to disappoint you.
Yes, and this is Legacy Hoguhag.
Yes.
And let's see. And I don't think I could play Mud in between rounds.
It takes way too long.
Yeah. Satsukai is my baby daddy. Sexel, I know. It happens. How are you doing? Let's see.
All right, Tim just going to draw his card for turn. Drew Swamp, and he played it. I think he's just going to fire up the factory and start getting in there for 2. Yep. Joe going to go to 15 here.
Hey, I got the mouse.
Yeah, I know.
I
went to grab the mouse, and I was like, no.
You can hold my hand. That's fine.
I can do a lot of things, but I won't do that.
But I won't do that.
All right, so Tim's going to draw for turn. Just plus that Liliana, and Joe pitched the useless Entomb. Going to plus Liliana again.
Oh, no, I won't do anything for love.
I think Tim thinking about just activating Curse Scroll before Yeah, he's just gonna curse scroll Joe, naming Urborg. Yeah.
Which is fine. So that's going to deal another, some more damage to
Just
him?
2 damage.
Yeah,
Shock.
so 13.
And then he's gonna be able to fire up the Mutavault and get him for 2 more.
Mutavault. I didn't know there was a Mutavault.
Sorry, Mistress Factory. Excuse me.
Jeez.
The other 2/2 man lands.
Shit together.
The ones that work better with their friends.
Sanchez, thank you for following. Somebody asked how old I am. 88.
88 years old, but he looks great,
Yes.
doesn't he?
Or also possibly the year of my birth. Am I moving to Cali? No, I'm not moving to Cali. I am moving a mile away from where I currently live.
It's a tough move. I think he'll make it though.
Old enough to party. I am old enough to party.
All right. Tim gonna fire up the factory and get in here for 2, putting Joe to 9. This is like perfect for Pox. Like this deck's all about the slow grind. Yeah. So he does have surgical extraction.
I mean, not that it matters.
Yeah, nothing
Right now.
You have to-
Nothing is actually in the yard to use it.
No, so this pile of cards, which you see on Joe's side, those are all exiled thanks to that wonderful turn 0 ley line.
Ted Danza, thank you for following. Look, I read that one right.
Perfectly.
I know.
Yeah, really beautiful right there. Oh, so this is actually nice. Tim drawing the land there, the 5th land, lets him be able to both activate Curse Scroll and attack with Mistress Factory this turn. And Joe basically...
So is he
Joe has
7?
Joe's last 2 cards are Show and Tell and Grizzlebrand, but they don't actually do anything in the face of
Liliana.
In the face of this Liliana, so he's just dead. He's gonna scoop him
All
up.
right, fair enough. So, Tim being good guy Tim, or I guess good guy Joe, leaving his life total at 20.
Yeah, real nice.
So don't even have to reset.
Because you know why? You know why? Because he realized that
Hashtag yellow swag.
oh, the hashtag.
Hashtag fetchline suck.
Correct.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
No interest. Who needs them?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And Pox, I don't know how many actual Pox he's playing main board.
The deck Pox doesn't generally play the card Pox.
I've seen 1 to 2 copies.
I think in like rare circumstances, but it's I mean this is like impossible to read.
So each player
Loses a
a third of his or her life, then discards a third of the cards in their hand, then sacrifices a third of the creatures he controls. When sacrificing a third of the lands he or she controls, round up each time.
Yeah, so the problem with Pox in general, like the card Pox as opposed to small Pox, is that you're paying an extra mana for what is usually not a better effect. Like, but like specifically, you know, more often than not, you're just playing small Pox when they have 1 creature. Like the 2 mana is just so much better.
Yeah, Sexel, if you or anybody else, I apologize, even if you've been here for a million years. If anybody posts porn to the channel,
You're gone.
You're gone.
Get out.
Gone.
I don't want to hear it or see it. Mark, when I come to Chicago, can I be a guest commentator?
Yeah, I don't care.
All right.
Yeah, come to Chicago.
Yeah. Good times.
We'll get you. I'll get you in the booth.
Yeah. The booth. The
booth.
The green screen booth.
Oh, they can't see. I'm doing
Yeah.
quotations.
Yes,
Good.
but yes, our quote unquote booth. We're definitely not in the basement of a hobby shop.
No, not a.
Sorry,
not
hobby
a-
shop is probably
not at all.
an antiquated term here. Game store is probably what I want to be saying.
Oh man.
All right. Mark
Mark and the Canadian Goose on Christmas Eve.
I
want to hear this story.
I would like read the first sentence of that blog post.
Yes.
Mark and the Canadian Goose on Christmas Eve. That's like a lot of things going on. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, so
I mean, I don't doubt it. I definitely did I climbed my house when drunkenly at a party that I believe Wilson was there.
oh, fantastic.
So I don't remember the party with the rock out with the cock out. But I'm not 100% denying that. I'm just saying I don't remember it.
KW Schloss, Mark is not slowly becoming a legend. Mark has been a legend for
Yes.
quite some time.
Oh yes.
We are not playing Modern. Modern happens on Wednesdays on our stream. This is Legacy.
Yes. So Legacy on Mondays and Thursdays.
Yep.
And Modern is on Wednesdays. Possibly, I mean, there seems to be a good amount of interest tonight to actually start doing a standard stream, which will be standard F&M on Fridays. So you're smiling.
So I was going to ask you if Tim should mulligan to Leyline of the Void with his hand, with his deck. And I feel like the way his deck is set up, he doesn't have a ton of interaction. Like, he has, like, these surgicals, but they're all really bad against, like, counter spells.
Yes.
So I think a lot of the time I would. But, thankfully, Tim's got it. 7 cards. We
Get
got
there.
Leyline. Petrizo.
I was gonna go Pet Rizzo.
Actually, I like that. Pet Rizzo 1467. Thank you for
Sailed the
following.
ocean blue. Columbus coming across.
Pet Rizzo. that's not even anyways. All right. So Tim, this is pretty excellent for Tim. Starting out on Leyline is ideal. I mean, this just shuts out half of the ways Joe can, more than half the ways Joe can like get a fatty into play.
Also 25 years.
25 years. Yeah. There you go.
Ooh. Oh, and days. So all right. So Joe's got some shit that he's trying to protect.
I like the days there. Protecting
Yeah.
information is going to be pretty important.
I think so too. And days is just going to get worse as time goes on.
For sure.
So
I generally don't like being greedy with a card like Days. And I think he's got it appears that he has Show and Tell in his hand, so I think he just wants to protect that. He's going to jam a Careful Study here. Not leaving up any sort of brainstorms. Looks like he drew Polluted Delta and Thoughtseize. And he's just probably going to discard Entomb and probably one of these excess lands. He doesn't need 4 lands, really. His hand's kind of weak, though. The downside of Careful Study is that, it is a card disadvantage spell. Like, you are going down a card when you cast it.
Yeah.
So, and doing that in the face of a deck that's really trying to take away resources is pretty...
it's rough.
Yeah, it's awkward.
Yeah, and so Abrosu, Abronasa, your question, what can he do? So he could Show and Tell a Tidespout Tyrant. He could, I don't know if he's got Echoing Truth or some sort of boomerang type effect in the board, but he'd be able to bring that in and bounce the Leyline as well.
Yeah.
It's definitely not an easy card for him to deal with.
No. And like, we sort of see cards like Echoing Truth wax and wane in popularity in this style of deck. So Tim just going to play a Curse Scroll for turn. Curse Scroll, it's a win condition in the deck. Looks like he actually played 2 win conditions. He played that and the Mistress Factory, but
Yeah.
they're very slow cards.
Yeah, so here's a Thoughtseize.
All right, so his Thoughtseize revealing a hand of Surgical Extraction, Urborg. I don't think that's Bujuka. I think that's Urborg.
Yeah.
That might be. I can't. really tell.
I believe it's an Urborg. Yeah. And so I actually would have just Urborged and then Smallpoxed. Just to keep Joe as far away from 3 lands as humanly possible.
Yeah,
because you still have another land to follow up and then still have mana for Innocent Blood. But I'd much rather... because then you also don't care because you're just discarding the Surgical Extraction because that's a dead card.
Yeah. You already have a 3rd land in the Mistress Factory.
Yeah.
I think the downside to jamming that, I think Tim specifically didn't do that because he wants to play around Days. I think after getting that Inquisition, he realized that since he has the time...
Yeah, but what's the likelihood of Joe having another Days? Like, I don't know. I'm from the school of jam it.
The benefit... I think it's actually mostly upside to waiting, because if he waits... Joe will still, at most, only have 2 lands in play, so he can't cast Show and Tell on his turn.
Well, no, we saw a Lotus Petal game 1.
I guess we do know he has Lotus Petal in his deck.
So I guess that's what I would be worried about.
Okay, him jamming a Show and Tell.
Yeah.
I mean, the Days on the turn 1 Inquisition implies that he has like something that's worth keeping. So.
Exactly.
All right, so Joe casting another Careful Study. Again, this is gonna help him filter, but it's not gonna get him. It's gonna keep him low on cards. He's just gonna discard a pretty useless Dig Through Time, and another useless Exhume. So his hand is just Polluted Delta, Lotus Petal, and Show and Tell. And he's just gonna run out the Lotus Petal, as you said. He does have it there.
Yeah. And see that, yeah. So I'm guessing he just does have the Show and Tell, and that's what he was trying to protect.
Yeah, he does.
But he doesn't necessarily the fatty. But I mean, like that is what I would have been really afraid of.
Yeah, that's fair.
Is that happening?
Yeah. So it looks like Tim. Tim thinking about. Well, he doesn't have the Smallpox anymore. It was Thoughtseize. It looks like his draw for turn was just Mistress Factory. I think this turn you just attack for 2. You don't really have any other plays. His other cards are Innocent Blood and useless Surgical Extraction. So you might as well just get in there. So Joe going to go to 15 here.
Yeah. Let's see. Don't you tell me where the 15 is. I know where the 15 is.
I'm telling you right now.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
Joe just going to play Polluted Delta. I believe he just drew a land.
Okay.
Not quite sure.
And here's another land from Tim.
So Tim going to play the Swamp. I think I would have gotten the Factory out there
100%.
Sooner, just to start pumping.
And swing for 3.
Yeah. So he's just going to play the Swamp this turn. I believe we know every card in his hand at this point. And he's just going to swing for 2 again.
Fair enough. Megadox, thank you for following. Much. I'm just going to add more muches to it.
Much appreciated.
And there's a Grave Titan.
That's actually a pretty phenomenal card in this spot.
That's nuts.
Grave Titan seems like it's going to be really tough for Tim to grind through. Like,
Yeah.
he has Innocent Blood, but this card's got built-in protection.
Yeah, this is not gonna do much here. Yeah, and see, like,
I don't know. I actually don't know what Tim can do about this. Tim needs like a lot of Innocent Bloods. So Joe gonna fetch here and then just jam a Show and Tell and put in this Grave Titan.
what is and so just I guess Tim can put in
Mistress Factory.
Mistress Factory,
Yep,
sure.
I think that's what he's gonna be doing. Yep.
Yeah.
God, Grave Titan is just an absolute house here.
All right. So what if Show and Tell actually lets you put in Planeswalkers, okay? And then he put in a Ugin.
That would be amazing. Oh, he does have an out here. Ooh.
What's
I think Tim messed up there. A small thing. So Tim elected end step. He could have curse scrolled. He had 2 cards, so he had to hit. But if he curse scrolls a
okay.
zombie,
Sure.
and hits, and then
curse
untaps,
scrolled again.
and then he could Innocent Blood and get rid of the Grave Titan.
Ooh.
But as it stands, he's in a really rough spot.
He can still do that. No, he can't.
No, he's a
No.
mana short, and he drew Sinkhole for turn, which is basically a dead draw at this point.
Yeah.
He has 2 not great draws. Here's the thing.
I forgot that Innocent Blood was sorcery, not instant.
Actually, there's actually one more thing he could have done. A thing that I didn't realize. Yes, I think he's just going to cast Innocent Blood here, and I'm not a huge fan of this play.
No.
What he could have done, is he could have surgicaled himself, so he put himself only to Innocent Blood, end step, curse scroll a zombie, upkeep, curse scroll a zombie, and then main phase Innocent Blood his Grave Titan,
Yes.
and that would have gotten there.
Yeah, that would have.
That
would have been.
that's
That would have been a very heads up play, though.
Yeah, that's a tough play there. You have to like surgical yourself, just
You
get
have
on
to,
your hand, like
yeah, pause for a second, and then
yeah.
So what you surgical naming?
I mean, either the you just get you don't have to actually get anything.
Yeah, you just name the Hillbilly Khan's Run.
Well, or you don't name anything. He has to target either the Inquisition or the Smallpox.
He's got nothing in his yard.
He does. Yeah, Leyline is not
sorry. Yeah. So he
Yeah.
does. Okay.
Yeah, he would have had to target. Tim would have had to target something in his own graveyard for that to work.
Sure. So here we're going to see 2 more tokens come into play in a swing for 8. So Phil, that's why we have you. I just spout gibberish.
Fantastic. I'm here to look for crazy pox plays.
Yeah. So let's see. So there's a question of does he use 1x Nether Spirit? I haven't seen it.
Usually these decks have one of them in there. It's like along with the 4 factories, you have the recurring creature. That's gotten quite a bit worse though now that Deathrite Shaman is a card.
Are there any lands players at the store? Yes, we actually had lands on round 1.
So it looks like Tim's just gonna curse scroll a zombie away, naming that with that surgical extraction.
Yeah.
But he's still really behind here. I don't think he's going to be able to keep up with the production of these zombies.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be rough. And so did I miss a swing here?
No.
Okay. Yeah, so now he's seeing the curse scroll kind of interaction.
Yeah.
But it's a little too late.
Although yeah, so he's going to block a zombie and pump itself. Yep. Oh, no.
What?
Oh, I don't love... so I think Tim is missing a small interaction here.
Yes, you tap Mistress Factory, pumping it. You block and then tap it, pumping itself.
Yeah, Mistress Factory has an ability that says tap target assembly worker gets +1/+1. So a common play is for Mistress Factory to animate.
100%. Yep.
And then tap targeting itself, because it itself is an assembly worker. I mean, he also has the second Mistress Factory, which can target it. He didn't have enough mana to block both the zombies, but... if he made this play, one of the zombies would just be dead here.
And he'd still have a land.
Yeah, so he just took 8. So he's at 4.
Oh. Yeah. All right. So this is an unfortunate end for the Pox deck.
Yeah, I agree.
God, I would have done jumping jacks if I had seen that play.
That play would have been really cool.
Yeah,
I mean, it was a
very
very narrow play. Like it's a unconventional.
He blocked the Titan, not the zombie. Is what
I
he's
see.
saying.
That makes sense.
Okay. So.
Oh yeah, because the zombies aren't gone. Yeah. He should be at
So we
8.
add 10.
No, 8.
8.
Because he still took 2 from the thing. So it's just 4 more.
Okay. But yes. Okay, yeah. Your math makes sense.
Yeah, so Tim's just going to wasteland, and then he's just going to shoot down one of these zombies, but he's still just dead on board here. No, he's not quite dead on board. He can still chump block the Grave Titan, but it's still very bad for him.
I don't know what he does though, and that's it. Like, even if he chump blocks, I don't know what that does.
Not much really. Yeah, he's just gonna block the Grave Titan and take 6 down to 2, and he's just dead on board at this point. I don't think he has something like Damnation. That would be
he might.
Yeah.
I mean that's.
It's an out.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's not a crazy thing to
And
expect.
I mean, Tim is also not one to pick up before his opponent has literally killed him.
Yeah.
But I think he just drew a swamp for the turn.
Yeah. So Sand of Swamp Surgical Extraction is not going to get there, and he's going to concede the match.
All right. So we've got 17 minutes left. I'll run up and see what we got.
Yeah.
And then when I get back down, we'll do a T-shirt giveaway.
Sweet.
So,
Yes.
how many boxes do you think you could assemble if?
Given just a little bit of time here,
Yeah.
I would say like 3,
3?
maybe 4.
Okay. All right. So we'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna go see if we can get into the match, and then worst case, we'll give away the T-shirt.
Yeah. All right, guys. So hopefully we'll have something sweet to look at. I'm gonna look back up at spoilers because I'm pretty excited looking at all these spoiled cards. Spoiler season is really fun because it's just wild speculation, and everyone just sits around trying to think of like what cards are broken, and everyone gets in these stupid, pointless arguments, and I just love it. All right, let's see what else we got here. So these are all the blue-white cards. These are the Jeskai cards that have been spoiled. Husk 10909. Thank you for following. Appreciate it. Ooh, this is a card I really like. Stratus Answer. I think this card is awesome. I think this card is just going to see quite a bit of play. Like, the first place I actually thought about it was in the sideboard of blue control decks. It seems like an insane card in the mirror. It being like morphing in on turn 3 means that it gets under Disdainful Stroke. On the play, it gets under Dissolve. Like, it just does a lot of work.
Yeah. All right, guys. So that is going to be, unfortunately, it for us today.
Oh, so I'm not going to keep talking about how great Stratus Dancer is?
Mega Morphin Power Dancers.
Mighty Morphin Megamorphs. They're awesome.
All right.
All right, so we got a T-shirt giveaway?
So we are going to do a T-shirt, guys. I should still... Did you say thank you to Husk?
I did.
Husk, thank you.
I already said it.
Fuck off.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. So, sizes extra small through double XXL, I think.
Double XXL.
So not quada.
No.
I believe I still have some double XLs.
Okay. Sweet.
I think I have one left. So, but guys, so it is going to be a WUBRG shirt, and make sure you guys tune in on Wednesday. So Wednesday will be 7:30 for Modern.
Yep.
Thursday 7:30 for Legacy again.
Yep.
And MTG Card Market, we stream out of there on Wednesdays and Thursdays.
Yeah.
They generally hook us up with some giveaways as well.
Yeah.
So
it's really nice of them.
Should be good.
For those unaware, here's how the raffle works. We're gonna start the raffle, and then you need to be subscribed. Sorry, not subscribed. You need to be following. There should be some purple follow button there. Just click it. So once you're following, you can participate in the raffle, and the way to participate once we start it is you type !raffle. It is case sensitive, so all lowercase. Mark will do an example. That.
I really need to change it to waffle.
I mean, yeah, ideally it will be waffle in the future, but we're not quite there. We don't have that kind of technology yet. But once we start the raffle, we will just type that into chat. We'll leave it open for a little bit, and then we will close it, and we will select a winner.
Yes, and it'll be good.
And then we'll message you, and you can tell us your size. And
oh no!
Oh crap!
Chat broke.
And chat is broken.
Fucking chat.
Fantastic. Fix the chat,
right.
Mark. Mark, fix the chat.
It's fixing.
Is it?
All it's gonna be is a whole bunch of raffles.
Fantastic.
Maybe. Come on, Twitch. There we go. There's a raffle.
Hey, all right. So,
maybe everybody already raffled? There's a raffle. All right, there they go.
Oh, you already started it?
Yeah, I started the raffle.
Oh, crap. All right. So the raffle has started. I didn't even know you started it.
I typed it in,
okay.
I think.
Raffle has started, so type it in.
Yeah,
keep
and we'll keep it going. So
we'll leave it open for another minute.
I'm trying to think. I'll tell a story about pocket beer. All right.
Pocket beer.
Pocket beer.
All right.
It's a great thing.
We're in for a while.
I was at a party.
Okay.
All right. This was actually one that Kyle Norman was at too. He came up to visit, but then decided he was sleepy. And so we're having a huge party in our apartment. Kyle's just in my room asleep. All right.
All right. Party food.
So I'm God, yeah, this was back when I was single and all that kind of fun stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was just running and raging, and I was challenging people to like push-up contests. I was a bit more fit back then.
You seemed like a really enjoyable drunk person to be
Oh
around.
my, I'm great.
Okay.
There was cartwheel contests. I did a cartwheel on the balcony, and they were really afraid I was going to fall off. It was possible.
I'm afraid thinking about that past situation.
We were like fourth story. So
Jesus Christ.
But this is also like, again, I used to do capoeira for like a million years, and I was perfectly fine, even in my incredibly inebriated state. So basically, somebody ends up challenging me to a shotgun, a beer.
Okay.
After I've already shotgun like 10.
Sure.
And so, but then one of my friends stops me and says, "You've had a little too much," and I'm like,
Good friend right there.
I was like, you know what? I agree. I have had too much. So I open my pocket because I say I'm not going to waste this beer, and then I just pour the beer into the pocket, and then exclaim that it is pocket beer, and that I'm saving it for later. However, plan did not work out as well as I would like.
Did it not? What went wrong? What could have gone wrong?
I don't know. It turns out fabric shirts don't hold beer well. So remember, kids. That's one.
If you ever need an image of a man, like a 6'2" man just pouring beer.
6'2".
Is that how tall you are?
5.
6'5"? You're
Yes.
a tall person. 6 foot. I'm guessing. Everyone who is taller than me is 6 foot something. I guess.
Kyle's like 6 foot, or Kyle's like even 6 foot. I'm trying to think. Nick is 6'3", I want to say.
Greg's gotta be like 6'2", 6'3".
Yeah, that's right. They're right around there. But we're gonna end this here.
All right. So
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
keep going.
4.
Almost there.
3, 2. Wait.
A t-shirt.
T-shirt.
A t-shirt.
T-shirt.
Who cares what it's for? It's a raffle.
1.5.
What has anyone ever cared what the raffle is for?
1.4. Get in there, Kevin.
Just get in there. Type raffle.
All right.
Still not sure. Thank you.
All right. 1, 0.
All right, we're done.
All right. Let's draw this
And the
really
raffle.
quick. Draw.
Big Mike Wood.
Big
5.
Mike Wood.
Can we announce the?
They're yeah. Announce it in chat. All right, and
Congratulations, you have won a WUBRGxyz T-shirt.
shirt. You a shirt. I'm leaving it. You a shirt.
The welcome message of you a shirt from WUBRGxyz. We are professionals, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. Please send me your size, address, your size, address.
Yes. So once again, congratulations to Big Mike Wood. You earned it. You earned this T-shirt. Just send us your size. We're sending you a message right now. Send us all your information, and we can get that sent to you as soon as Mark finds some free time, basically.
No, basically whenever I have a downtime at work.
Yep.
And I can actually get them all addressed.
Yes.
But guys, that's going to be it. Please check out our Facebook page. And if you guys want to see any lists, let us know on the Facebook page. We
Yeah.
try to post them.
Yeah.
This guy's still supposed to post some sort of ant primer.
I mean,
I hadn't done that.
I could
Hadn't done
could do that. I mean, I don't know if I'm that knowledgeable about it. But
Hey, you played a lot.
that's true.
And you've had some good finishes with it. So, but guys, and again, on so Mondays we stream Legacy, 7 o'clock Central Time from Chicagoland Games Dice Dojo. And then Wednesdays and Thursdays we stream from MTG Card Market in Chicago as well. Wednesdays, 7:30 Central Time Modern, and Thursdays, 7:30 Central Time Legacy.
Yep.
And remember, next week, come Monday, I promise I'm going to have that Japanese
Dark Confidant.
Dark Confidant from Ravnica. We're going to be raffling that off, or at least starting that raffle process. It's going to be a little bit, since it is a higher value card. And then MTG, and that's going to be courtesy of Chicagoland Games Dice Dojo.
Yeah.
And then come Wednesday and Thursday, again, MTG Card Market normally always hooks us up.
Yeah.
So
awesome.
please reach out to our generous benefactors who let us stream from their stores.
Yeah.
And let them know that you guys like them via Facebook or whatever method. Write them a letter. MTG Card Market got a letter from a 12-year-old
That'd be awesome.
the other day,
That's
and I was
really adorable.
I was reading it on Sunday. It was great.
Yeah.
Um,
If you want like announcements about us, just like follow us on Twitter, follow us on Facebook. We always post before when we're starting to stream, so you get like a nice notification like that.
Yep.
Plus following on here always helps.
And all of our matches, we post them to YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
I'm quasi good about getting them up. And I try to break out the matches within the video so that we have a timestamp, and you're able to just click on them. I'm lag a little bit behind because it's a little bit more time consuming, but we try to be as good as possible.
Yep.
So was there anything that was actually?
Crimson Viper said that they messaged you about their win because you didn't message them.
What? Did they not? Well, to be fair, that was not my fault because I was not in control of the stream.
Okay, that is fair.
Yes, those were. Chuck should have known better.
Yeah.
I'll talk to Chuck.
We'll pass the buck on this one.
Yeah, we'll have. I was not there. I was seeing Chappie
Yes.
and was sorely
I
disappointed.
heard it was very bad.
It was basically a 2-hour long. I mean, and I love Diane Ward too.
Yeah,
But A,
me
they
too.
should never have been cast in that movie,
No.
and B, it was basically just like every song in the movie except for one was a Diane Ward song. So basically, it was just a 2-hour long Diane Ward music video,
That sounds like the ceiling.
which
for the,
isn't
for
which
it.
isn't terrible, but it's
No.
also not the
Ideal.
greatest.
But yeah, we'll get everything fixed. And thanks for tuning in.
Yeah. So
Hopefully we'll see you guys on Wednesday and Thursday.
Yep. Yep. I'm just making sure. Yeah, so Crimson, message me. That'll be good. Curse Catcher, mail yourself to Dojo. Oh, good. All right, guys. Thank you. Thank you again, guys. And, we'll talk to you guys later. Baby Shack. Did I miss a follow?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, Baby Shack, thank you for following.
All right.
Apologize for that.
All right.
So, all right, guys. We'll see you guys later.
Yep. Have a
Everybody
good night.
have a good night. And we'll see you guys on Wednesday.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Boop, 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 boop.